My friend will join too soon. Oh, today it's joined by Sorter. I feel like this is a rare occurrence at times. He has life, and when he's not being washed away by the great European storm of irresponsible.
It's been weird. We've never really had storms like that, at least in my memory.
What do you mean, rain? Is it like monsoon season already for you?
We don't have monsoons, eh?
It's
We
not
don't have
monsoon,
monsoons.
but it's tropical storms.
But yeah, it's like there's a lot of rain, more rain than we usually get all winter. And it's been like, it's been like maybe a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely quite weird.
I mean, I could see that that's quite weird, you know? Like, but yeah, the figure up, I mean, I think Minnesota is starting to wind down till the next war zone pops up.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know Washington is probably gonna, have problems if they go there, because it's like one of those states.
well, Portland's always been bad, though.
Yeah, in Portland. I don't know how many illegals are in Portland, but
No, the problem is, what we could talk about today is, are you aware there's a guy who's been funding them? I should put that in the title.
yes, I don't remember his name.
Singham.
Yeah.
Neville Roy Singham. He was caught. For people who don't know, we have found two organizations who have been funding these groups. Granted, there hasn't been any updates on the Signal protests yet. Well, rumor is there's government officials in Minnesota, from Minnesota, inside those groups. So, I don't know how you feel about that. But the Signal chats, but the big thing that comes up is the Don Lemon indictment. Well, he's amongst one of 20 people charged. Mainly 9, but it's a total of 20 for going into that church.
Yep.
Which people call it's a test of the FACE Act, because the FACE Act has never been used like that. The FACE Act was used for. So I would say maybe we start off. So what do you know of Neville Roy Singham? Heard the name?
Not much, but besides the.
Get my buggy out of.
Besides him being, funding that stuff.
It sounds like conspiracy theories, but he's basically a tech billionaire living in China. He supports the CCP, the New York Times, and the Guardian. About 2 years.
I mean, yeah, he's like the classic.
He's been caught funding non-profit groups that promote violence for years. There's also, by the way, a Canadian non-profit group that's been funding a lot of these.
Which is not weird, because it's Canada.
Well, God bless, but the Neville Roy Singham, I brought that up to somebody, and he goes, well, that's like normal. Like, there's a difference between donating money and then, because it was the UK government, because I had a bunch of articles saved in the last couple of weeks, because it's not that people broke this story, it's just a weird story in general, you know? Like,
Yep.
basically, we've been saying they've been funding, but people go, yeah, it can go both ways, you know? The problem itself is, so we will begin with, I guess, begin with the latest in Minnesota. Apparently, um, they're gonna. Well, maybe we'll finally get something on the fraud investigation, right? No,
Maybe. I'm not
maybe.
exactly certain anything will come out of it besides like Tim Walz not being governor and you know,
Well, I mean,
whatever.
it's coming down to like the weird signal messages. The signal messages might be key because they think one of the people is. They think one of the people there is like one of the officials from there, but I mean, if you can get Walls for being incompetent, maybe.
I don't know they'll actually invite anyone. Like anyone will face any proper punishment for it, but it's kind of how that stuff goes. Politicians just say, "Oh, I'll not run next election or whatever," and it just gets dropped.
And then you're going to have the other ones because I've seen a lot of people. It's funny how the progressives are trying to separate themselves. I also saw a really funny interview, but I won't get into it today because I need to watch it fully. Obama's come back out of the woodwork recently. Talked to Cohen,
Yeah,
and it's an interesting interview. He's like Democrats can be rudderless, but it's kind of interesting. How are you, man? So the Don Lemon indictment's going to take a. It's not a bit. It's not been covered in detail, but we'll go over it. The fun part about it is he got charged. It's a very interesting idea of the FACE Act. The FACE Act. There's been charges to use it. It's used largely. It was passed in 94, 95 to protect abortion clinics, and they extended it to churches and rights of services. The other
yeah.
the other one that they got charged with was the KKK Act. Now that's a more obscure from 1800s. If you sorry, you block their people's ability to do services, but it was called Klan Act, the 1800s. Because, well, granted, we know that all these people, like, look, the Don Lemon part and the journalist, I think, is a long shot to prosecute, anyways, because you would have to have damning evidence. I mean, the other people who went in there, there's a whole videos on it. I have the whole 6 hours. Like, you
It's
need
like there is
more
stuff that can point to Don Lemon being in on it.
that he knew.
So he would have some responsibility, but as to how much, yeah, that is to be seen.
How much there is to be seen if he actually did.
Yeah. Well, how much the courts decide that he does.
Well, because no, the actual thing is, if you look into the indictment, it listed 9 people.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing about the listing the 9 people is we will go over that. It's court documents are kind of the thing. Now, I've seen legal and other people say whatever, but yes, they have to prove that he. See, there's a problem with modern journalists. Do you know what that is, sort of?
Depends on what you call moderate.
The modern journalists.
Modern.
Most of them are editorial writers.
Yes, they generally cannot keep their opinion from shading the truth.
I have a person at the door.
What they report usually is not fact, but usually their opinion of what the facts are.
I'll be good. Once I get I gotta get my carrier out of the. I nearly lost my fucking carrier just flying because I let it auto fly into the fucking desert. No, I was flying, then I ran out of fuel in deep desert. I would have been. Apparently, my. See, at least I wasn't as bad as my friend the other day who got eaten because he was too far from his thing. So I was like, oh god, that was on my stream the other day. I told him to move, and it was like, yeah, you're gonna have fun. Dude, a very fun game. And he got tilted too because he had his shit eaten. I'm like, yeah, you were the one in the large spice field where you should have done it.
To be honest, like these games are like, I wouldn't exactly say that they're fun, but they engage the part of the brain that likes repetitive work and just build it up.
I will not lie. I've spent time in the deep desert just having to farm. I was gonna do that. I had 3 actually yesterday when I was trying to stream it. Apparently, my computer decided to die and restart 3 times.
Ooh.
yeah. God bless anti-kernel level anti-cheat. But anyway, so usually when we see modern journalists, right, left or right, they're mostly editorial writers. Also, remember, Don Lemon got fired from CNN in disgrace.
Yeah.
You can't argue that. I don't find anybody who can argue that.
Don Lemon used to be kind of, I don't know, call normal. It moderate, but a lot more normal.
Well, rumor was he, outside of ethics violations, he got fired for being a sex pest and a weirdo at CNN. Was the final straw.
I mean, that would not surprise me. Yeah, I've heard of it too.
The rumor was similar to a James Charles incident. Potential.
Something like that.
That was the rumor, but it quickly disappeared, But it could have been anything. But yeah, I'll show the documents. But see, the other thing is, the idea is, I was really hoping that the signal chats would be, but I'm sure the FBI is looking into the signal chats, but we won't know anything for a while.
Yeah, that stuff takes time.
Well, most of them are encrypted anyways.
Yep.
So we have to basically do that, and it's going to be key. So that's going to be the thing today. I think the third leg we're going to have to go over is karma is a bitch. When it comes to collect, it's bad. Because, granted, I mean, Pam Bondi is being equally special ed to everybody.
Yeah.
When you have basically Bill O'Reilly and Glenn Beck both screeching at him, I mean at her, sorry. Well, Bill O'Reilly's been covering a lot of stuff, but like you have the link, but the funny thing about a lot of it is they've been trying to get freedom of information out of the DOJ. Pam Bondi is being, as I say, a universal special ed student to everybody.
Yeah, she really put special in special ed.
Well, look, I'll go on the record. I don't like a lot of the Trump 2 officials. Cash Patel,
Yeah,
but the problem is I've been in circles enough to know about Cash Patel.
yeah. A lot of them are kind of not great.
What did you know of Cash Patel before? I knew of him as a weird conspiracy guy who would go on Tim Pool.
Same.
He would frequently the fringe conservative people. And are you shocked that the FBI can't investigate shit? Basically, the swamp hasn't been drained at all.
No, they just replaced another retard, one retard with another retard.
What do you mean? The DOJ should be like basically free by now, right?
In theory.
I mean, I'm just gonna say like the DOJ itself, right, is and universally, but I was also one of the people who also said that look, we can meme about the Epstein documents. They said this is the binder of evidence against all of Epstein's accusers. 5 million documents later, extra.
Yeah, 5 million documents and a whole bunch of weird stuff.
You know what? I'm going to say a disclaimer. This is just my theory on the Epstein documents. They're trying to find a way to get Trump horribly. But what's funny coming out of it, it's just showing that billionaires are special.
Which, honestly, we all knew, but yeah.
What?
That they're special and not good.
A lot of stuff I can't say on YouTube.
Yes.
You know, the people who lived on Epstein's block are really, really like there's like a serious like group of people who lived on Epstein's block. Like Woody Allen is amongst them. And Larkin, a bunch, and if you just dig deep enough, it's.
I mean, it's not exactly that bad, right?
It's not awkward enough, but if you know about Woody Allen.
Yeah.
There's like 5 sus people in one area of penthouses in fucking New York. Because the Epstein documents are a whole, I call it a shit show, politely put. I mean, the last batch just literally, it's nothing on Trump as much as obscure billionaires and other people that people are autistically going over to like find. You're finding out that rich people have very eccentric tastes.
very, very eccentric tastes.
Let's be very clear. If you know anything about a billionaire class,
Honestly, this is not even anything new. Like this billionaires or like elites, whatever you want to call them, have always been degenerates best.
Oh, you mean they have like parties? And it's not everyone, because a lot of those documents getting dumped. I mean, I see Mudahar and the TDS people having a whole shit ton of fallout every time there's documents everyone's looking
At
at.
least, you know what? At least Mudahar had always been into like, oh, this thing happened, and he kind of makes a mountain out of a molehill every fucking time something
Well, I
happens,
mean, the big thing
regardless of Trump.
See, the reason I
But
bring the Epstein documents up is that's been a really big deal. Like my personal theory is the information that people really want out of it, they're not going to get because it's been scrubbed. Or let's put it this way: the Hollywood fire was a good thing. Do you know what I mean, Sorter?
I think I do.
So, if you're not familiar with the famous Hollywood Hills fire that burned a lot of rich mansions,
yeah,
it was not conveniently timed, but it was really well timed. Because what I have long suspected about I long suspected that they basically, well, how do you put this nicely? I think when the FBI raided the house, we never knew what happened to the Black Book and all of that. Because what's coming out of these documents, unironically, is someone told me maybe he helped found crypto. Oh, by the way, crypto just had a giant crash the other day.
Yeah, I mean, crypto does that. Like,
this was $2 trillion.
Yeah, I know, but like every fucking time it goes up to like 100+ K, and then it just dumps to like what, 60?
Because there is actually funny stuff that came out of the recent Epstein documents that wasn't all weird stuff. Like
him founding crypto is like is not really. He's not.
Well, he founded the group that came up with the algorithm for crypto. So it's take that for what you will.
I kind of doubt, because that group was like started essentially.
Well, Bitcoin specifically, I should say.
Well, yeah, because it was the first.
Considering Bitcoin's also limited too.
The thing is, the group that essentially started and made Bitcoin with Satoshi Nakamoto.
What's actually funny about crypto, about Bitcoin?
Around the 80s, I think.
Well, this is not my area, but the funny thing about Bitcoin is most Bitcoin is still on old hard drives.
A good chunk of it is essentially held away, which is like the initial.
No. There was a story very early on when crypto blew up. There was like a San Francisco professor who was doing early mining, and he had a lot of it. But the problem is, a lot of these wallets, if you get the password wrong, it wipes it.
Oh, Xmaster is asking if it works on phone. It does.
Yes, it
definitely does.
I'll let you know if it's loud. It will work. Not everyone has a computer, you know. It's like I have to
I
deal.
have a computer. It's just
Bro, I had a gamer person ask me if I had an Xbox game tag. Like, yeah, don't do that. No, but the thing in the Epstein documents actually also confirmed not only a whole bunch of financiers. The problem is, it's actually the only person who's actually worse than Mudahar on the Epstein documents is CoffeeZilla, and I'm a little worried about upper echelon.
the thing is, those two have always been big into conspiracy stuff. So,
What do you mean? I know of upper
because
echelon from the division
the
days.
yeah, I watched him at least 5 years now.
Yeah.
No, more. Same with Godzilla, right? And like he used to be very big on like the Epstein files getting released, and you know, make jokes about Bill Gates and how he's
See,
implicated.
I'm going to
And
say something very controversial about the Epstein files. What I think people really want to see is if you know anything about the FBI, they are the biggest holder of cheese pizza and PDF file content ever.
yeah, because it would be the only place illegal.
And my personal theory is what people really want is the tapes and all that.
Yeah, and that's never gonna happen.
And I'm not going to, and I shouldn't have to elaborate what they want dumped on the internet.
Yeah, that is never.
The funny part about the other stuff
What
is
I like is that I have seen people switch from, oh, there are videos of it, to, oh, there are no videos of it, obviously. Are you dumb?
of course, there are videos. Do you want to see those videos? And should I have your hard drive checked?
Yeah. I mean,
No,
so,
I have seen like
the,
actual no, I have seen like actual fandom or Dade AF as he goes now because he's recognizing he's no longer a comic channel. They're like, release the Epstein files. Now that the Epstein files are released, they're so horrified. It's not implicating Trump.
it looks bad for everyone that was friends with him to any extent,
Yeah.
but there is almost nothing that is anything that could be used to move um, against any one of them, any one of the people mentioned.
See, we'll get when we get into the case, they'll preference this. This sets up for talking about Don Lemon's case. The federal cases are not brought against people in the United States without 100% solid convictions.
Yep.
So it didn't matter if there was 10 suspects. They wound up charging like maybe 6 people off and on. But here's the thing about this. The other people they didn't have a case with. The federal people don't like losing cases. So they aren't going to
Yeah, I mean
charge
that's
unless.
it's not even just federal people. It's like most like any district attorney, whatever, is not going to go for a case that can be thrown out just because it's you know,
Well, think of the
aimless.
Diddy case. They got
Yeah.
him. They try to get him for RICO, prostitution, trafficking, everything. They thought they had him dead to rights. Boom. The guy gets off with basically sleeping with prostitutes. Like, they tried to build that case against him. So, the thing is, a lot of the federal cases, like, everyone, like, has been trying to get the FACE Act and the KKK Act. Well, it's called the Klans Act. It's from, I'll bring up that statute. I finally back. God, I hate, it's something I hate farming. I'm just not leaving my, look, it's not that dude's terrible. It's just, it's one of those things of, it's relaxing. It's like playing Conan Exiles, you know? Take what it's worth.
Yeah.
It's more annoying. And then I have to, I built my base to be more, I had to yank floors out of my base the other day.
Conan Exiles had the raids that
Dude,
you could get on your base every now and then.
I had to actually place a 4.5 block tall building. You know what? I had to put it in, you know, my big hangar? I had to put it in my hangar because I couldn't fit it on a ground floor. So I had to extend the top of my thing, and I have basically empty space in my base.
Yeah, that happens.
Anyways, no,
it's like when in Fallout you need to put the teleporter, the one for the end that you use to teleport to the institute.
Yeah,
you remember that, right? And it's like a lot of settlements don't have the space for it, or if you've built them up, they won't.
Well, there is a way. You got to use the script extender. By the way, trying to fly a carrier and like I have the one, and then it's like getting.
Give me a moment.
You're good. Get cover. God, I finally back. No, I was not lollygagging in the desert, but dear God, it's definitely a trip out there. Half. And by the way, I have learned not to try to hardcore share anything. There's a weird combination of this game working on things in Discord and watching YouTube videos. Computer might blow up. So, yeah. That's the key. So I had to get back to a base. But that's the topics for today. We'll get to at least the detail, and I might not touch on all of the Epstein documents because those are pretty gory, and technically you have to read them. I mean, I have not read them. I mean, if you haven't gotten Trump in 10,000 documents, the millions of documents already released, I mean, I doubt you're going to get them now. Yeah, when you get into just whole large swath crafting, that's where I'm at right now. Oh, I wish it could be done it. But yes, but that's the topics, because usually the federal cases, they don't like to indict or charge unless they have a solid case. That is a very big deal, and that's one thing to remember about the Don Lemon. Now, the Don Lemon thing, he's named in conspiracy. Now, conspiracy is hard to prove. Now, if they have a cell phone record, then it's going to be the case. I will have that tab pulled up. There's a lot of stuff like I wish Sorter was more available to the other. So, and I have Moom, and people who have never read legal documents, well, I mean, technically, I can forgive people if you've never read documents like that. They are key. So, as I nuke the water in my base. Dear God. Oh, it's so much fun. It happens a lot more than you think. But that'll be the topics for today. They are not sometimes for the faint of heart. So,
Okay, I'm back.
you're good. Yeah, the other thing is we may have to get into some gaming. I mean, but gaming's gonna be pretty bleak this year, by the way.
Mm.
If you think about it. I think, by the way, like after the period of so, like, after I think March, we're not going to have any games released because everything is going to say it's released in 26. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going to put stuff on. The only thing I hate about this game is you have to put stuff on to cook, and I just leave it be. So it's
Yeah,
it's wonderful. I love this game, but it's one of
it's
those games.
like Conan Exiles has that a lot too, and Ark. Though
It's
there's a lot of stuff that you probably shouldn't. Like the process of one of those things that you leave uh, and go do something else in Conan is slave breaking.
I mean, look, I have to go out to the deep desert. It's like, okay, take the thing out, the carrier out there, harvest and go back. I was living out there. I get kind of lucky that there's no divine fucking storms like in the everything else fashion. And
Yeah.
and then you have to have everything semi cooking, and if it is good, you're fine. So yes, so for the speed of heart, sorry for the long intro, but yes, the Dawn Limit thing is, I've not seen a lot of people go over it because I mean, granted, it's an obscure story, but it is a really big test to the Face Act because the Face Act was initially done to protect abortion clinics in the 90s. So the thing is, it got extended to churches. So a group that Don Lemon did decided to go to a church. And why do you think they went to that church?
I mean, I think at least so in the documents.
Well, what's your initial? After I go over it.
No. I'm saying because they kind of describe it relatively well.
Yes, and
Where
they will
is
go.
the?
You don't. You know a little bit more the legalese, like I do. Like, but I am of the person who, our side of the internet likes to autistically go over things. Pretty normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I increased my base's water to 1 million, and I just nuked it. Yeah. Yeah. That's wonderful. Um, it's all good. Anyways, yes. So now that I'm free to move about the country. Oh yes, I will have to drag you when I get a hold of the video for the Tony files. We are going to have to go over it. Oh yeah, by the way, there's a bunch of shit coming out about Ma'am Donnie's people.
Yeah, and there's also stuff about him.
Mamdani is not being as good as 127 billion budget.
Yeah, and he's
Yeah.
now saying that he's going to have to work with Albany in order to
Ooh,
fucking be able to keep essentially the lights on.
what do you mean?
There's like
Oh, yeah,
it was a tweet that was a statement of his saying that they will have to work together with Albany, aka Albany will have to give them money in order
so
to
first, I guess we'll get into the. I'll get into the
afford everything.
never-ending stuff later. So the documents are more. It's the interesting. I've been collecting a lot of stories, so the life of a Wii gamer that I do stream, but so now I'll pull up the other relevant because many people do not know what the Clan Act is. The Clan Act is the other half of the indictment. Yet along the line, the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871. Conspiracy to deprive rights, interference with voting. Well, it's like used if Black Panthers went to a vote, basically.
Yeah,
Long story short, the actual statute is look, there's a lot of legal precedent in cases, so that's what you have to realize about the KKK Act. Well, it's called the KKK Act, well, the Klans Act. It's basically used. So now I've been sitting on this, and if this is old hat to people, it's old hat because some of us they don't get to it. Now you see this sorter.
yep.
Now this was the initial. Hard to believe, by the way. Was I the only one who thought January went by very fast?
No, it really did.
No? You there? Sorter?
Yep.
Sorter? No? Good.
Oh, am I not coming through?
So initially 9 were picked up.
Was I not coming through?
Some of these people are not very. There was one guy who's very deranged. He was like one of the fuck Trump guys. Now, I did download the video, but the video is like 6 hours, and I had to edit down parts. But people have gone over it. So these are the acts. One's the Face Act. It's 2A.
Is it better now?
Sorry. 18 USA 2A. 2B. Hold on a second. 18 USC 2A. Whoever commits a principal aids counsels aids and abets. So aiding and abetting. So that's what A is. B. Sorry. Codes are. You can see why this is interesting. Because there's 2 parts. One is conspiracy, and then there's another. So, a lot of these people. Now, Sorter, are you familiar with the City's Church incident?
Yes.
Or no? You there or no?
I am. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
So, the city's church incident was in St. Paul. They went over there because one of their head pastors was an ice surrender. So they decided to go into a church on Sunday morning of January 18th. Now, documents are relatively short. I'll leave the link in the description below. They are all public. Now, they did have this shop around. Now, the indictment is as follows. Oh, I had to. Oh, ignore that. I had my tab muted. My bad. Welcome.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Okay, sort
could
of.
you not
I'm
mute?
sorry. I accidentally muted the tab. I didn't realize
It's okay.
that.
It
It's one of
happens.
those days. Okay, I didn't know if I heard you. You heard of the. What did you hear of the city's church protest?
So, Don Lemon and a bunch of protesters,
Led by another black preacher.
went into the church to quote unquote protest.
Yes.
And yeah.
And why did you think they went before what I told you they did?
I mean, it depends. Some of them would have gone with like just the, oh yeah, we're going to protest. Others definitely went to that to harass and
One ice
threaten people. Yes, specifically the pastor, I think.
Mhm. Oh, and the funny thing is, poor spam. This is a test. So, the basically, there's conspiracy and there's also aiding and abetting involved in this. So there's.
Yeah.
By the way, the woke farmer guy is kind of funny.
Yeah. The woke farmer. It is always funny when dumb stuff ends up in legal documents. And you get William Scott Kelly, aka the woke farmer.
All right, I'm gonna say this. This was his arrest photo.
Yeah.
These are sane, rational people.
Look,
I mean, the man could. They're peaceful protesters, okay?
definitely.
This is the chief organizer. She's a famous black lawyer, and Bruce Rivers basically has seen her in court up there, and she walks around like you're supposed to know who I am. Okay, no one really knows who you are. Now,
I'm not going to say anything.
by the way, she is a black minister as well, and one of the people. So this story I've been sitting on, but I've been waiting to see. But now that it's in the courts, by the way, Don Lemon was arrested at the Grammys right before he was supposed to go to the Grammys.
Yeah.
But activism, journalism, they're basically activists. By the way, Don Lemon still thinks he's the shit, but not really, right?
Yeah, and apparently he also has a lot to learn from Hassan.
So let's just start. The city's church, aka the church, is a Christian house of worship. Blah 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 blah. This is basically legal. Legal documents kind of go far. So on the morning of January 18th, by the way, January went by so fast, I didn't even realize it was February.
Yeah, now it's almost March. It's most of the way to March.
We'll be in political midterms before we know it.
Yeah.
That's if we don't have another government shutdown as they try to defund DHS. Oh yeah, that's the only reason they want to defund ICE.
Yeah.
Uh, that's a separate topic that we may touch later. On the morning of January 18th of 2026 at approximately 10:30 a.m., the church's pastor was leading a congressional in liturgical, basically hymns. Basically, they waited till they were doing that, and in this service, the church pastors and congregation were then exercising and seeking to exercise the First Amendment of religious act of freedom. Now, you would think Don Lemon knows not to interfere with a church.
You'd think that.
You think liberal protesters would know this.
But that's not the case.
Well, to be fair, there is a reverse. Conservatives that attack abortion clinics get charged as well.
Yes.
So, there's a two-way street, right? Now, this is what they're saying as the code under Title 18248, which is the FACE Act.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the FACE Act has never been used in this fashion. It's a test. This will be a case because a test of it. I say this is Don Lemon, but Don Lemon is one of 9 defendants. So now, basically, Don Lemon went in later, but if they uncovered text messages that he was. After the service commenced, a group of 20 to 40 agitators, including all the defendants named in the indictment, entered the church in a coordinated takeover attack and engaged in acts of oppression, intimidation, interference, and obstruction alleged therein. They waited until it started. As a result of the defendant's conduct, the pastor and congregation were forced to terminate the services. Congregants fled out of the church building for fear of their safety. Other congregants took steps to implement a security plan, and young children were left to wonder as a child were put in there if their parents were going to die. So here's what they did. 20 to 40 of them walked into this church. Now,
I will say one thing. There's like a couple of words that probably won't help this, as in acts of oppression.
No, there is in one of it. There were people. What is it? Basically, there were protesters that were blocking parents' access to the daycare.
Yeah, I think that's more interference and physical obstruction. The oppression, I'm not sure is going to help.
Well, oppression's just part of the charge.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to help as a word there, but yeah, whatever. It probably doesn't matter.
I mean, the funny thing about it is apparently Like what other people walked into it? These good, godly liberals walked in. They go, as a Christian, how do you feel that you're worshiping that one of your peoples might be a Nazi? One of the liberal protesters literally went to a mother or a kid in front of her, like child, and in front of the mother, and said, "She's a Nazi because she's a Christian."
And she'll burn in hell. It's like, okay.
I'm like, oh,
Now you
you're
start.
great people.
Now it's always funny when people that don't believe in Christianity kind of try to, you know, act as if they care about the standards set within the Bible. And then, they don't have anything better to say, but they say, oh yeah, it's a Nazi. It's the only thing they compare it. Like,
See,
it's always just funny to me. Because it's never anything else, it's Nazi.
see, the initial video is 6 hours because he had it. I had to go to his actual channel because everyone had it. Um, the fun,
Clipped.
yeah, everyone clips
Yeah.
it down, but
Yeah.
it's not as good. It's
It's good to know the context.
You need to find the actual ones, and it's a bunch of people screaming, and it's like the one guy, the DeWoke farm. He totally didn't look like he was strung out on drugs when he was arrested.
Yeah, I would assume that's the only thing he farms.
I mean, the problem itself is like they literally walk in. You can actually see them walking in, and they just disrupt it. And it's basically like, and then by the way, Don Lemon is by the way, they're saying it's unjust. He just happened to know the time of the organization was meeting. He just didn't film it.
Yeah, and they happen to also kind of arrive with the same vehicle.
Except they waited outside.
Yeah. Like, I think some of them were in his vehicle, others were waiting. And it's like, okay.
The problem is I'd have to cut out the video from a source from the video itself because everyone just has clips. Basically, you have to understand 20 people came in, but this is a church. They didn't have any kind of stuff. Now, oppression is they actually block them from picking up the kids. Now, here's where you get into a little bit of the legalese. So, the legalese, sort of, I'll help you out if you don't know it. So, the obstruction in alleged therein. As a result of the conduct, the pastor was forced to terminate and flee. So when a child fled or a woman fled, and remember this was icy, someone slid and either broke their arm. Then here's somewhere. And I mean, the children thought that their parents were in fear for their lives. I mean, 20 people walk into a church, you don't know if they're armed.
Or what they are going to do. And they are acting hostile.
Now, this is 18241. All defendants. Conspiracy against religious rights and freedoms. I must say, this is the FACE Act. One of the others is object of conspiracy, being to beginning of an unknown date or continuing on about. They basically said they had to shop this around. The problem in the video itself, they basically he's in the car, he meets up with him, he doesn't show the meeting. Some of the brave Christians stay, the other ones leave. Now, the documents, as I said, the idea is conspiracy. They're being not charged with obstruction, they're being charged with aiding and abetting, as well as conspiracy. Conspiracy against rights. Now, the thing is, if this case goes through, it's going to be very landmark against a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Hold on. I do have
because it will set a precedent of
I have the video.
You cannot go in churches and protest, at least in this way.
They've asked for the FACE Act to be used, but this is the first legit use of the FACE Act. The FACE Act is a really interesting, like, what is to say it being used?
Well, it's one of those things that I guess doesn't come up as often. Like going into a church and intimidating or obstructing people. And it's like, yeah, a lot of people go and, shoot up places of worship or
that's because
whatever,
they're
but
soft targets.
Yeah.
Because churches are usually soft targets.
Hey everybody, welcome to the program into Minneapolis. Group, I'm just here photograph. You haven't figured it out. You're gonna figure it out.
So this is what they're saying on.
So anyway, hey guys, how are you, Don? We're here.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Normal people.
Lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
We have nothing to lose but our chains.
Now remember to stay bumper to bumper. Don't
if you
make sure everybody gets through the light, and we all have the address, right?
Yes.
Everybody has the address.
Remember, Don Lemon knew about this and was filming.
Yes.
I'm not going to go through all of this, but you can see it's organized.
Yep. It's not like some people just protesting and then happening to go into a church.
Remember, if you have anything that is activist identifying, do not wear it in if you're going in to just sit down and be a part of the situation. Yeah, don't all sit together. But when y'all, if I wanted to say that, I would have. When we pull up, you'll know exactly what it is. So if you are a white ally, again, and you have anything activism
A white ally.
do not go in with the first wave. You wait until you come in with us as people.
Because it has to be black people and minorities first.
So they're getting the operation together again. This
White
is
people in the back of the
an
bus.
operation that is.
Okay, that reminds me of the Black Lives Matter protest. They said, yeah, white people, but be in the back of the bus.
Yeah. So let me get this right. The woke farmer, he got Rosa Parks.
By the way, she's an attorney and a pastor at a black church, by the way.
Yeah, female pastors. So there's a reason that doesn't happen usually in Christianity.
So does this not ring?
It's a secret that they invited folks out. Can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold here on the Don Lemon Show. There are for this reason.
Yeah.
For this reason. It may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have so many white people here. I'm just going to be honest. It's because of the operation that they're doing today. It's important to have allies, as they said, white allies here. So
specifically have
what I can say. I
white
turned
people
the camera off of them
as
because
a
they're giving some critical
shield.
information here. But there we go. Everybody's ready to go. Let's go. Okay.
I want you to see how much snow and ice.
Thank you guys for allowing me to be here. Thank you guys.
It's a little bit loud.
How are you? See, we're on. We're not saying what it is, what's going on, but thank you. Tell us why you're doing this.
So
this is Nakima Levy Armstrong. She's on the show
Nakima
on Friday.
Levy Armstrong, civil rights attorney, longtime activist here in the community. And, we protest and do activism in all kinds of ways. This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual. So that's what we're about to go do right now. We've had a lot of success with the times we have done Operation Pull Up. After George Floyd was killed, we went to the...
Okay, so fun fact, if I find the Bruce Rivers video, he's running to her in the courtroom or leaving court. She's like, do you know who I'm supposed to be? You know who I am? He's like, no. And he goes defense court. He goes, am I supposed to know?
Oh, God.
She didn't like that very much.
It's like, there's one thing I will say. I don't think activists should be allowed to be pastors or anything like that.
I'm sorry. We'd have to go back and you can't have Martin Luther King, sir.
That would... Considering some of the stuff he had done, maybe, yeah.
The actual video, right? But I had to get this from Don Lemon's thing. It was a 6-hour stream.
Police Federation heads home and stage a demonstration there. We also went to the head of the U.S. Marshals from Minnesota after Winston Smith was killed by the U.S. Marshals. We went there after Daunte Wright was killed when AG Keith Ellison refused to take the case. And we forced the prosecutor who lived in Stillwater to take the case by showing up there 4 times. So this is our next action to call for justice for Renee Good and ICE out of Minnesota.
But you get results.
Yes, we get results.
And with Daunte Wright, you got results.
We got results because the AG's office was forced to take the case, and they successfully prosecuted the cop who killed Daunte Wright. The U.S. Marshal got uprooted from her position from Minnesota. And then this was the start of weakening the leadership of the head of the Police Federation, Bob Kroll, who later we filed a lawsuit against. And we settled, he cannot be a law enforcement agency in Hennepin County, Anoka, or Ramsey for 10 years. So we've had success every single time.
How long do you think before this operation before it takes place?
We got to go now and get there.
Let's go.
All right, thank you.
We'll see you there. Thank you. Okay,
so
we're going to go to the operation
there.
again. We're not going to give any of the information.
Do you see that he just happened to be here?
Obviously, that's why he's talking with her about when it's going to happen, because he just happened to be there.
Does happen to be there. Me. I'll let it play out.
Away, but as Nakima said, this is a clandestine operation. and then we can tell you what's going to happen afterward. But I got to say, I've been really heartened by. Let me pull up. Yeah, you want to switch sides? Let me grab this. All right, so look, we're live here. This is live raw. Mike doesn't have a cup holder back there, unless you do. It's probably in the.
Yeah, here, I have one.
Here, can you help him just grab that stuff? Put it on the other side. Are you good, Mike?
Yeah, just one of my hands is like frozen.
Oh yeah.
Here, I got a hand more.
Yeah, it is. What's the temperature here?
It's about 2 to 4 degrees right now.
Yeah, 2 to 4 degrees, and it's snowing. You gotta. Go ahead. You just take care of that. Do you have hand warmers, Mike?
I got it right here.
And
I'll leave this here a second. I found what I was looking for. Okay, this is the guy he took over. Do you know who this channel is?
Oh yeah, you've shown me before.
He took over for an attorney that died. Ironically, he lives about 2 to 3 blocks from where the Renee Good thing was. Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you've got a high-profile position like it, I mean, it's just one of the girls. Oh my God.
Wrong road to go down. She says people,
By the
politicians
way,
or
this
something
is
are not
Don
in their
Lemon.
prime. Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry.
Who cares about that shit, honestly? There was also a Variety report alleging a long-standing mistreatment of women in the workplace. A gay guy treating women poorly in the workplace? Seems hardly fair, does it? I mean, it's just one of the girls. Oh, my God. They'll probably clip that out of there. His contract was supposed to go to 2026, but they let him go early because
one of the girls.
He was a pain in the ass. I do remember watching some episodes of CNN where Don Lemon was saying just some strange things. And I just don't know why you would do that. I mean, if you've got a high profile position like that, you're going to have to be a little more careful than me, for example, because I say some crazy shit. So in 2024, he had a show called The Don Lemon Show, and on X with Elon Musk as his first guest. So he's getting big name guests. After a tense interview, the show was canceled before the episode could air. Lemon then shifted to YouTube, where he self-produces content. Here's the deal. He shows up in Minneapolis, my home city, on January 18th, and anti-ICE protests took place at City's Church. Now, here's the deal. The pastor of this church was also an ICE agent, and he went to school with my best friend's daughter in Richfield. So we know this guy.
I said
we liked him in high school. Couldn't get a girl in high school. Now he's a pastor and a nice guy, Anyway, he's got some Mexicans in his basement. No, I'm joking. That's a joke. He doesn't have any Mexicans. I think they're Pakistani. Oh, I joke again. Sorry. I can't help myself. So the pastor is Steve Easterwood. He's an acting field director for the St. Paul ICE field office. A senior leadership role within ICE enforcement to remove operations. A protest was organized by Nikki.
Hey, all.
How you know?
I'm fine.
Hey, man.
Welcome. So this is.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Nice.
Well, I've got to go over. I'm playing this because remember, as I said, who this attorney is. He's about to describe his encounter with her.
Levy used to be Pounds. When she sits around the house. She sits around the house. No, I'm joking. Nikema Levy Armstrong. Now, let me tell you something about Nikema Levy Armstrong. Organizes a lot of protests. That's her profession. I mean, I don't know how she gets paid, but that's what she does. And I knew her from a case that.
See, remember, this is when I said Bruce Rivers. He lived 2 blocks or 3 blocks from where the Renee Good shooting was.
Mm-hmm.
He saw the cars go down the street before they went down that street. He is from Minneapolis. Irony how I find this stuff.
That I had, and she was just incensed that I didn't know her. But she was a civil rights attorney. I don't know that she's ever spent a day in court, to be honest with you. Her day is in the sun, on the street, vocal. That's who she is. I saw her at this hearing, and she's like, "You don't know who I am?" I said, "Sorry, I don't know who you are." She goes, "How many black, powerful women do you know?" I know quite a few federal judges, and I know, some state court judges and lawyers, and
I actually
my
laughed
name
when
never comes up.
this, 'cause
So Miss Levy Armstrong is the former NAACP local chapter president or whatever.
This is who
not
she
the current
is.
one. Anyway, she organizes this protest in a church, and there's a thing called the FACE Act. You can't do that. You can't disrupt a.
So, the description. The funny part is she's known up there.
So,
Yeah, and as he says,
Literally did.
yep.
By the way, he is from Minneapolis.
I hope he gets better soon.
He's poor guy.
Mm.
But I've heard it's like we'll get into, but yeah, he had the more context, a little bit of humor. You're supposed to know who I am.
Mike, I'm gonna.
I don't know if another attorney comes up to you and tells you how many black powerful women do you know.
I mean, hasn't that happened to you?
I don't think in a courtroom you'd be taken seriously.
It depends on the courtroom.
You heard what she said in the courtroom? You're supposed to know who I am.
How many powerful black women do you know? Count
how
them
dare
all.
you not to know me?
Say their names. We was gangs.
I'm not mocking them. I would make fun of anybody. Attorneys know better. Look, all attorneys in a courthouse inadvertently know each other.
Yeah. Usually.
I mean, yeah, they usually come to know each other, and pretty much every judge and, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. Prosecutors know each other.
Yeah.
Put this in the door. Do you want your coffee?
So he filmed.
All right, gotta look out for my homie here. Oof. All right. Can we show everyone?
Oh, by the way, Robert Reich and his assistant were praising all these people going out and protesting in Minnesota with this weather.
What weather is it?
Yeah.
It's snow, and ice, and sleet.
Let's see.
Let me show everybody this. We went to the Starbucks here. You know where we're going, right?
Yep.
We went to the Starbucks here. The guy's like, does anybody tell you that you look just like Don Lemon? And I said, yeah, do you see my hat? And he goes, I know, I'm sorry. What do you say? I'm embarrassed from hiding right now.
Yeah.
And then he wrote this on our cup. He said, thank you for your work. Crush ice.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Seatbelts, everybody.
Let's
go. All right, so we're going.
So even
somebody got
the
stuck in the
Starbucks
snow. Should we go
employee.
help him? All right, I'm gonna go help him.
Can you give it a pause?
I'm gonna fly over there real quick. Hold on.
Because even the Starbucks employee knew, or at least could tell, what he was going to do.
Because do you know how many people up there have been blowing whistles? And remember we last covered the blowing whistles and everything else?
Yeah.
Look, there's a special ed type of people here.
Can we push him with the front of our car? And that's a Jeep. You got a Jeep on a snow mound. Let's go help him. Hold on. Yeah, I'm gonna help him.
Okay.
I don't know if we should push him. Let's see. I'll go over there and see if I can help. All right.
But you
That's
can go
funny.
So we're showing all of it.
Don, I love your work.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're on right now, just so you know. But so don't give anything away. No. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thanks for being here.
Don't give anything away.
Yeah, it's stuck on this mound.
I have nothing to lose but our chain.
Hey, get out of the way.
Fucking Wrangler.
This is the weather, though.
Why doesn't he have?
Yeah, go backwards.
Why doesn't he have transmission lock on?
All right. Gotta go back and forth. Momentum.
He probably does, but he's like completely stuck.
There's ice and sleet and snow.
Turn the wheel the other way. Turn it the other way.
Man,
Parked there.
this is kind of poetic. Ice beat them.
There we go. Yeah, not working.
Why don't you push the car?
Go forward. Go that way, though. Don't hit us.
That truck, you can push him. Is that your truck?
Hey, you should grab your truck. Yeah. Wait, you got a tow strap I can pull. No, hold on. If you grab it, whose car is that?
Just attach the rope and get on.
Yeah, you ran the back.
Or right here, the front, because there's a tire on the back. Well,
more instructions. Hold on a second.
very, very cold and snowy
See, a lot of this was cut.
The irony,
Minnesota.
right?
Yeah. Why is it so? Is it always this cold here?
Yeah, the clip is the
cold in
things that
Minnesota
people
all the
clipped
time. Our
were
winters are
generally
harsh.
him speaking to
Can you tell them
the
who you are?
Yes, sir.
people
Minnesota
before.
native Jerome
Richardson.
Richardson. I almost said Robertson. Jerome Richardson.
I can
We've
kind
known
of
each other for
barely
a bit.
hear you over the video.
Sorry.
You might need to turn it down just a little bit.
Playing this.
Yeah, maybe I'll turn it down a little bit.
I'm playing this because he's being charged with the others with conspiracy and the fact he did.
Met at Essence Fest a couple of years ago. He is a producer and activist. What do you do?
Activist, social entrepreneur, young person.
Yeah. Young person.
Young person.
You were young and innocent when I met you. I don't know about now.
Well, when you
What? I don't even know how old are you in your 20s still?
I'm 21.
You're
But when
21?
you hang out with Don for too long, this is what happens.
You're 21? You're just
Okay,
been able to drink?
that's a
Is this where we're
stereotype.
going? Okay, no.
That's not a good stereotype either.
Yeah.
An
This is
older
what-
gay guy.
This is what
As
democracy
a
looks like.
21-year-old, this is the media we're consuming. So if you watch Don Lemon,
Yeah, I'm just wondering where we should
I think we kind of
just hang back.
hang back.
Guys, will be AFK for a minute. I have to go to a shop.
Okay.
I'm outside at the moment. Be right back.
I want to know how the barista knew he was going.
Okay, you can do it now if you want. It's fine. Is that take it?
You want to know what?
Right.
How the barista knew.
Right.
Well, he
I can
assumed.
look on there. So the algorithm is so sensitive. TikTok
I
doesn't like people
would
driving,
say-
even though I am not focused on driving.
If he
Someone
saw
else
them
is
like,
driving,
if he saw him
he's
as
not focused
with
on
his
driving,
crew
someone
and
else
maybe
is
like some other protesters.
By the way, Don Lemon doesn't get views. He's more famous for being a jackass.
Well, we're in a bit of a traffic jam right now. Sorry.
Yeah.
We got stuck in
I
something
wanted to
that we're
know.
not there. Like a real cowboy. Group, I'm just here. Okay, so we're like a real.
So they wait to let the
Right here.
protesters go in
So
and
you just want me to
disrupt.
set up getting a good shot of the location.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I will admit, this is dedication.
And I'm gonna go inside.
I would be out building a snowman.
Always bet on black.
Guys, you know what movie that's from?
It's from shit. It's from a movie, a gambling movie, not Casino, but it's.
Oh, by the way, have you noticed how many colored references he's making?
Yep.
This is a man who's famous for saying Christianity is the religion of oppression. By the way.
Yeah.
He said his version of Christianity doesn't oppress black people and isn't racist.
I am sure that his version of Christianity isn't actually Christianity.
Really?
And not
Wesley
because it doesn't
Snipes.
oppress black people.
What was the Wesley Snipes movie? I'm
Don
grabbing my
Lemon's a special
meta.
person.
I'm putting TikTok.
More ways than one.
Yes. He's a lemon stealing whore.
You have one mission, and that
If
was
you know
not
that
to get
meme.
us stuck. We didn't get stuck.
Guys, there's great content.
So before we go into further,
Would you like to see us stuck in the snow?
I would.
Okay. All right. Okay, so I am going inside now.
So
You can hear me,
how
right?
did we know about this? They planned all of this.
Well, yes.
Because remember,
Well,
he's
I mean, we're
being
here now.
charged with aiding and
What?
abetting,
Where's my
as
phone?
well
I
as
need my phone.
conspiracy.
Phone?
Yeah.
Do you want me to ask what's going on inside? I can.
Yeah, find out, but I need my phone. I don't know where I put it.
Okay, good excuse. You have 5 jackets on.
Okay. And you, if you want to walk over, you can, I guess. You can stand on just stand on the sidewalk. You can come over. Just don't go on the property. Okay, so we're going inside.
See, I can't
Definitely
do
trolls in the
about
chat. It's okay.
They all knew.
Yeah.
By the way, if any of this gets played in court, he's probably toasted. In the phone logs, too.
Did you know that? Had you heard that before? That's my name.
What is it?
That's my alternate, Lon Dimon. I can't believe you came up with that. Okay.
I don't know if they sent it.
Someone said there were trolls in the chat. That's okay. We don't mind the trolls. Just trolls get rolled.
What?
It's
Passenger
like
57 is what it is.
when people troll him.
So just stay on the sidewalk here. Or if you want to come over, I think you could probably come where the van
Like,
is.
he knew all about this.
Well, yeah, obviously. He was there when they were organizing.
Like, at least this. Get to see.
And I'm just going to walk in,
Most people
All right, I'm
have-
back.
see what's happening.
Why do people show themselves film doing crime?
Okay.
Oh, so
That is
this
a
is it
very
what I
good
read before,
question.
yeah? Is this the
I
video about the article you sent me?
Yes. Remember the
Okay.
court cases about obstruction?
Yeah.
All 9 defendants plus, there's like 2 more that got charged, I believe.
All right.
That they were charged with conspiracy as well as aiding and abetting to interfere with the church. He apparently didn't know anything about what they were going to do.
There's no video from inside, right?
It will be inside eventually. Remember, he said, wait
Yeah.
until later.
They move inside in a bit.
Because this is important to the documents. They waited specifically till they got into the hymns.
Yes.
Well, I don't use the Latin term. I mean, it's hard to. It's called hymns.
That we ask now, believing in each other's word, that we would open our hearts to receive.
Again, they just came here because the pastor was an ice head.
I see.
Rational.
And they saw that as an essentially an excuse to do this.
Basically,
Which-
she is. Remember, she goes. And as I said, inside the church, later on, they obstructed parents being able to pull their children out of the daycare section.
Oh my god.
The Gospel of John, chapter 13.
And Don Lemon wasn't the only journalist.
Hey, Meta, record.
Can we make the jokes that we're not into the young government?
So activists are now in the church, and they are protesting, surrounded the church on the inside. They have found out that one of the pastors at
I'm actually, can I
in the
say that
city,
this
in the
time
area.
surprised? I'm surprised this church had no security guards.
Huh?
I am really shocked.
I mean, you know,
Even
But should it be normal to have security guards there?
you know, most of them, they're off-duty cops that work on Sundays. Right?
yeah.
Especially if you have 100 people in a building, you're going to need them.
Oh no.
Man, can you not get your shaky cam to have a better hit rate?
And a lot of them were recording it. That's the fun thing. Jesus Christ, that's so loud.
Imagine how loud this would be.
So the protesters are confronting church members and leaders. They have stopped the service. A lot of people, a number of people have left.
Once they
There's some who are
start the
still sitting here.
Are you okay with the injustice that's happening within your
I'm sorry, I lost connection.
It's a,
Are you okay? No, so you're not okay with
I'm just here. I'm just here photographing.
Are you okay with the
I'm not part of the group. I'm just here.
yeah, I'm not part of the group.
He's lying.
Definitely.
What an idiot. It films himself
I
by doing
love,
this.
I cannot wait till the full video gets played by a prosecutor. You just happen to know where they were meeting up. You're journalists. Okay, do you know why we don't go after whistleblowers? Like there's whistleblower laws, there's actual journalists. He happened to be there the entire time.
And was with them before when they were planning it.
Yeah.
And even the fucking Starbucks barista assumed that he was going to a nice protest and told him crush ice. I hadn't noticed that before, by the way. I was like, oh.
Do you know what's funny? This is the actual thing. This was a bitch to download, by the way. Because Twitch doesn't have really good download services.
Wait, was this on Twitch?
Yes.
Twitch is actually kind of easy.
Well, Twitch, there's a way to do it.
I can probably show you a way.
Excuse me, sir. Can I get right here? Thank you. I'm sorry. So you can see the protesters here have gathered over here. They're in the middle of the church. So in the beginning of the church.
So 9 were initially charged. There's more that got charged for this incident.
Yeah, because that's more than 9 people.
It was 20 to 40 people rolled up into this church.
Service.
Oh, by the way, after this, do you know the irony is after the charges were brought, did you know a lot of the protesters calmed down? The major groups? The obvious ones?
You are back in a second.
Yes. The irony.
Pastor was speaking.
Yeah.
And
by the way, he knew
He stood up and said her piece.
But
and then the
ignored the
protesters
first
surrounded her. But this is a clandestine
minutes of
mission.
it when he
I think
was
they found
reading
out
it.
one of, according to them, this is according to Operation Pull Up, that one of the pastors here is a member of ICE. And so here we go.
You could talk to lead pastor.
Yeah.
Let me show you.
Okay. And so the pastor is over there.
By the way, what's one of the charges? Disrupting a service. What did they do?
Oh yeah, that's a definite one.
That's a definite. Remember, they intentionally waited for the service to start.
Yep.
And so they're screaming Renee Good.
Unfortunately, you don't see the DeWalt farmer in here because he was away from him. My favorite is the woman who.
By the way, can you turn the video down like a little bit? Because when the video is playing, I cannot hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Over it.
Okay, I'll turn it at the. I may not play it fully. Yes, so I mean, people were trying to leave.
So right now it's kind of
Why
mayhem.
is it like these people are cold?
In here. And there are some folks here who are praying. Some of the members are chronicling. And it's a surprise effort, obviously. And the folks here are not happy about it. And so they're trying to figure out what to do about it. That's the lead pastor over there with the thing. And I don't know if he's the one that works for us. We don't know. That's what they're saying. So we're here just chronicling and reporting. We're not part of the activists, but we're here just reporting on them.
I bet cell phone records were not otherwise.
I'm just.
The thing is, the I'm not with them doesn't stick.
So this
when you know they will do this.
Amendment is about the freedom to protest. I'm sure people here don't like it, but protests are not comfortable.
Yeah, you don't have a right to protest when certain things are going on.
Let me get something right for my non-European people who watch me. Freedom of speech ends when you break the law or cause violence or incite violence or criminal behavior.
Yeah.
Freedom of protest is fine. Look, there's a famous case. The KKK can march down the street of Washington in rows with crosses on potentially fire or stuff, as long as they don't cause violence. Okay?
Yeah. Granted, I'm not sure they would let them, but that's another thing.
Black Panthers can protest too, just the same way.
As long as there's no actual violence, there's no breaking of stuff, there's no. Oh, I think Moon's in the studio.
Yes.
Corner, he's frightened. He's scared.
By the way,
he's crying.
these moderate
People are
leftists
leaving
believe
church.
this is normal.
So yeah. Guys standing up now saying, "Get out of our church." He's screaming. They're trying to calm him down. So I don't know if this is what they deem as successful or not.
Give me a second.
But anyways, I'm not going to get in the middle of it because I'm not here as an activist. I'm here as a journalist. So.
Okay, I'm of the mindset. Can you tell me the difference between an activist and a journalist at this point? No? Most activists, journalists are activists.
I don't think they know what to do. I'm sure they probably call the local authorities right now, and they'll show up in a bit, but so far no one has been hurt. People are just really angry and upset, and members of the church are trying to get them to calm down. But this is the beginning of what's going to happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street and you start dragging them and hurting them and not abiding by the Constitution, when you start doing all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember what the Civil Rights Movement was about, the Civil Rights Movement was about these very kinds of protests. And for some reason, in our modern era, people think that in order to have protests,
like
you got to be, cordoned off to a certain area and, what time you can protest. There's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's the whole point of it, is to disrupt, is to make uncomfortable. And that's what they're doing. And that's what I believe when I say everyone has to be willing to sacrifice something. You have to make people uncomfortable in these times. If you see
by the way, that the woke farmer guy is a really tall guy. Sort of. The one in the middle. There. That's the DeWoke farmer. The one in the vest and the beanie in the middle. Basically. That's him.
Uncomfortably and how
I'm back.
People are being treated.
So you saw the DeWoke farmer, right?
No, I was away for it.
I think they found out one of, according to them, this is according to Operation Pull-Up, that one of the pastors here is a member of ICE. And so, here we go.
You could talk to the lead pastor.
Yeah.
You see the guy in the black.
So, the pastor is over there.
By the way, Moon is in the room. Probably should let him in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
No problem, man.
I had
no fun.
So you will see him pop up in the middle. That is the DeWoke farmer guy.
By the way, I have to bail out in 10 minutes.
We're good. By the way, do you know the inconvenience you have to do this on a snowed-in morning?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like these people don't have anything better to do. All think this is like a matter of life and death.
Well,
which they do.
Civil disobedience.
Yeah.
So right now it's kind of mayhem in here.
But this is a part that's Because so when you get further in the documents,
and there are some folks here who are praying. Some of the members are chronicling, and it's a surprise effort, obviously, and the folks here are not happy about it, and so they're trying to figure out what to do about it. That's the lead pastor over there with the thing, and I don't know if he's the one that works for us. We don't know. That's what they're saying. So we're here just chronicling and reporting. We're not part of the activists, but we're here just reporting on them.
Oh, cool.
I'm not with. I'm just.
You know what? Wait.
I'm not with them.
So this is what the First Amendment is about the freedom to protest. I'm sure people here don't like it, but protests are not comfortable. And there are people here who are, I'm looking at a young man who's in the corner. He's frightened. He's scared. He's crying. People are leaving church.
They're scared because 40 people.
Yeah.
They're scared because 40 people marched into a church screaming.
Yeah, of course I would be scared then.
And they had kids there.
Yeah.
People bring their children to church.
And I don't like using this, but these people, would they be okay with someone doing this at a mosque when people were praying?
Oh, that would be very different.
Shit.
Because I'm sure they wouldn't be okay with it.
Little bit. I'll be right back.
Okay.
You probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
Bear in mind, this is the nature of these charges.
Trying to find the woke farmer in the frame, but I can't recognize his hat. He's like a bearded dude with a hat. But yeah.
I know idea.
Hey, consider yourself lucky to not have any idea who he is.
Welcome back.
Yep. So here's the thing. So the case, the reason why I said look at the so if you look at the court documents that we're reading, they're charged with disruption of the service, conspiracy to do it, as well as aid and abet to do it.
I think the one that could stick for Don Lemon is aiding and abetting.
Yes. Probably a slap on the wrist, but hey.
Yeah.
So the DeWoke farmer guy?
The guy's standing up now saying, get out of it.
Oh, he seems angry?
They're trying to calm him down. So I don't know if this is what they deem as successful or not.
I love this.
But anyways, I'm not going to get in the middle of it because I'm not here as an activist. I'm here as a journalist. So.
Okay, can someone tell me the difference? I don't spot the difference anymore between activist and journalist. Even I look at Tucker Carlson as an activist in his own form.
Yeah, and
he was an editorial writer.
Yeah.
To be honest, like most journalists today are like that.
So the charges, remember what the charges are.
So,
Why is that woman throwing a Roman salute?
I'm sure they'll probably call the local authorities right now, and they'll show
She's
up in a bit.
praying,
But so far, no one has been hurt. People are just really
Is she one of
angry and
the
upset.
people praying?
Members of the church are trying to get them to calm
Yeah.
down.
Oh no,
This is the
she has her
beginning of
phone
what's
out.
gonna happen here. When you violate people's due process, when you pull people off the street
Now
and
here it
start
is.
dragging them and hurting them, and
When you start violating people's due process and dragging them off the street.
and not abiding by the Constitution, when you start doing
Apparently, enforcing immigration laws is against the Constitution.
Well, to them it is.
As well as, I guess, you can't do search and seizure, even though there's warrants in most cases.
all of that, people get upset and angry. And if you remember what the civil rights movement was about, the civil rights.
The civil rights movement was about letting infinity immigrants into the country. Yes. That's what it was about.
Yeah, there's a point. I really want to go into one day Gramsciism, as well as the perversion of what the civil rights movement was.
And I would say even the perversion of like what communism was. Because like there are a lot of old school communists that see this stuff, the more woke stuff at least, and they're like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
I will
Lost the
reference
spirit.
I will reference a thing, but I will not play it because that is definitely copyright. Go look up Boondocks in the Martin Luther King episode.
Yeah.
This movement was about these very kinds of protests, and for some reason,
If you know, you know.
Yep.
And I recommend it. It's very good, even though Boondocks is a little bit. Yes, it's written by a white guy, but I read the comic strip before it became a TV show.
in our modern era, people think that in order to have protests, you got to be, cordoned off to a certain area, and what time you can protest. There's nothing in the Constitution that tells you what time you can protest. You can protest at any time. That's
In the modern era, people think that you can't loot places, you can't break stuff. Come on.
To sacrifice something.
I'm sorry, bricks. I'm sorry, the bricks spontaneously spawn out of the aether on a corner.
Yeah, it just happens.
In these times, if you see how uncomfortably and how harsh people are being treated on the streets.
So the problem is it wouldn't be an issue because of church, but the problem is they were impeding and blocking people getting out.
The thing is, considering their aim, they're saying, oh, they're treating people harshly. What do you think will happen when you go to a church that people are praying in? Is like Sunday Mass. And you go and annoy the fuck out of them and scare some of them. How will people see you now? What will this do for your movement? What is actually what the goal is here besides obstructing?
Actually, I think this will go in the opposite direction of the actual
By the
goal.
way, Moon, you missed earlier when she said white allies need to be in the back.
Yeah, they said white allies need to come after. We go first.
Except for the woke farmer guy who was in the middle of it.
By the way, sorry guys, I have to bail out now.
Okay, man. Talk to you later.
Take a look on the stream later. Yeah.
Yes.
Have a good one.
Boy.
And disrupt and make people uncomfortable. That is what this country is about.
So this is why Don Lemon's being charged. You see the really tall guy with his fist in the air in the middle?
Oh yeah, I see him. Woke farmer.
That's the woke farmer.
What a shit show this stream too. What an action loss.
Power stream, by the way.
Yes,
what did you tell
I told that David Easterwood is a pastor here, and he also serves as the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul.
She has a very masculine voice.
Are you sure that he's a...
Yes, City's Church, yes. And that's why we're here, demanding justice for Renee Good and letting them know that this will not stand. They cannot pretend to be a house of God while harboring someone who is directing ICE agents to wreak havoc upon our community and who killed Renee Good, who almost killed a 6-month-old baby. Enough is enough. I am a reverend on top of being a lawyer and an activist. So I come here in the power of the Almighty God for righteousness, truth, and justice.
Praise Lord Jesus, he told me to defend the immigrants.
By the way, I want you to channel your inner dev, and you need to.
No, I'm not gonna do. I'm not fucking defending this shit.
He actually did defend this shit.
I know. That's what he does.
He had a video on this. He didn't even look at the court records, the documents.
That's the thing that I'm sure he will do if anything comes of it. Yeah.
I'm interested in being recorded. Okay. Are you sure? You're a member of the church or you're
So they won't listen to. I don't know if everybody is, but everybody's a human being. Let's work together and talk about these things. The pastor, there's one of the members who looks to be really upset, a young person. The pastor's trying to calm him down over there. And yeah. So.
Oh, that reminds me of something, sorta.
Yeah.
I heard it. Apparently, Blurred Without Fear and Rob from Comics Explained got into a fight. Both are black men. One goes, yeah, so he said, fuck all your ACAB. Your all lives matter. Yeah, tolerant left, folks. They don't care. So.
Yeah, I mean, look, the BLM
turned out
side is
very,
like
very, very
just a black supremacist, essentially.
ICE for them being able to retaliate against peaceful protesters. His name is in those court documents, again, as the director of the field office for ICE in St. Paul. That is unacceptable. How can you be a pastor of a church, but overseeing ICE agents in the field? We know that ICE agents just...
What does that have to do with believing in God?
I don't know. Because I don't, like, the thing is, there's nothing that saying, there's nothing against being a pastor.
So they got eventually escorted out. Her case is if she's saying God and Jesus would allow all the immigrants in.
Do you know what one thing that would disallow someone from being a pastor, in a lot of denominations at least?
A woman.
Yes.
I'm sorry, can you give us the Greek Orthodox version? I'm sure they have female leaders in their church.
No. Orthodoxy is like more conservative, if anything.
Eastern Orthodox. But yes, listen.
Killed Renee Good. We know that they shot a Venezuelan nationalist. We know that they almost...
Did you know that
they shot a Venezuelan nationalist? I mean, she says that it's like something neutral.
Nationalists did. They were going to arrest him. He picked up a shovel and hit the ICE officer, so the ICE officer shot him in the leg.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
killed a 6-month-old baby in North Minneapolis, as well as terrorized their whole family of 6, had to send 3 of their children to the hospital, 2 of which had asthma, as they fired tear gas and flashbang grenades at the cars of innocent people. We know that they drag people.
I like the preach, sister.
Well, okay. Do you notice how liberalism doesn't understand the cause and effect?
It's not that it doesn't understand. It's more like these people just conveniently forget.
So why would ICE and riot police be firing tear gas?
Because they're evil white supremacists.
Because there's protests and they're being attacked.
You've seen this video of like what is it? That one woman being stopped and then saying to I think he was Latino or black ICE officer, "Race traitor."
Yes, that was a black judge that was going to go over the other.
Out of their cars, out of their homes, they drag pregnant women, they beat and attack immigrants and U.S. citizens. So how dare somebody claim to be a pastor while overseeing evil? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. Now you guys heard that pastor pray. Dear Lord, please chasten us to get our house in order. That was the perfect prayer for such a time as this. Because that's what we came to do. Get your house in order. Don't pretend to be a church while harboring evil. Unacceptable.
What's evil?
While harboring evil. And it's like...
Folks,
yeah, because, you know, one thing Jesus said was like, never do anything against an immigrant. That's the main point of Christianity, open borders.
No.
Most people don't know us, but that's actually the point. Oh, God.
Well, as I said, you can find, you know why I haven't cut this down. But let's get through and finish this part. So the object to commit right here. Now, you clearly see the act they did, right? In order to achieve this conspiracy, this is the thing to get the charge. Defendants Armstrong and Allen, together with other persons unknown to the jury, organized a protest targeting the church, dubbed Operation Pull Up. Promoted it via Instagram accounts. All defendants met at a shopping center prior for a pre-op meeting. That's in that video too. Stop recording everything you do.
Yep.
Advised others, including about the target of their operations. You would think this is bullshit. No, it's not. It's in the video. It's in this. It's in what I just showed.
In addition to being a lawyer,
yeah, seatbelts, everybody. Let's go. All right, so we're...
Any of the information have allies, as I said, white allies here.
This is the parking lot.
You get results.
Yes, we get.
So it's not entirely wrong, is it?
It's definitely not wrong.
So on 17th, Armstrong promoted. So we're here, controlled by her. Two Instagram accounts controlled by her. Neckamal. You know what? I have a terrible username for YouTube, but it makes fucking sense because I game. But what's this? What's Neckamal? Sorry. Hold on. So what's Necamo? In Racial Justice, Minnesota.
What Nekamal is her name, right? Name and last name.
Yes. I mean, I have a gamer tag, but yes. So, and then there's the defendant, Allen. This is to do this, right? Cubs food. I mean, this is pretty airtight. They just got to prove conspiracy.
Yeah, which honestly, if they have the phone calls and stuff.
Well, they can get the records.
Yeah. So they should be able to prove it with that.
Unless they use an encrypted app and they're privated. What's funny is the report from the DOJ in the charging goes over a lot of the video that is shown.
Yeah. It's basically like a step-by-step kind of thing.
Well, court documents are always interesting.
Uh-huh.
When you get through count 2,
Count 2 is like the semi-final page, right?
So I think this is the intent, injure, intimidate. Hold on a sec. Because it's known as the Ku Klux Klan Act. Here. I forget which one's which.
No, the 248 is still the FACE Act, I think.
It's a FACE Act.
Just a different section of it.
42. $48. So the first and different. Yeah. I can put the link in the description below, but rest the case. When karma comes to collect, it's very hellish. Personally, to me, I believe.
And with Dante Wright, you got his own.
Yeah, so personally, it's very open and shut.
For a lot of them, yes. I don't know if it is for like...
It's harder in the journalists.
Yeah, he has that excuse, but he knew that it was going to happen. And so he could probably be charged with like aiding and abetting. Probably. I don't think anything else will stick. Maybe obstruction with him? Because he was still in there?
Conspiracy, you'd have to prove he knew.
Well, he knew at least like from the parking lot.
So, we'll get to I'm pulling up the next. So, a lot of these people have been either charged. We've been trying to figure out who he was caught. Now, there's a person. The problem is the Canadian organization who's been funding people for a while. Non-profits, basically. The thing is, we know there was reports from like 2 years ago on Neville's Roy Neville's scene.
Mm-hmm.
So the British government, what was that? It was like 22, I believe. It was like 2 years ago. I have to dig it up really quick, but um, so there was like, I'll bring this up. Neville Royce Singer, chairman of ThoughtWorks and IT consultants at Brightstone. Now, this is the one. He is been living in China for a long time. He basically, this is his own wiki, and there's a couple of others. Basically, he's been funding them. So, hold on a sec. I had one. Let's see. He has a history of this. This is from 23. The Indian government, he got caught trying to promote Marxism and communism in India in like 24, the 24 elections.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. That's why I remember his name.
The British tried to come after him as well.
And last year, N23, N24.
His name's been mentioned right up there along with Alexander Soros.
Yeah. No, maybe not to the same. Not the
To the
same.
same degree, but
Yeah.
he basically has been doing this a while. The Indians tried to prosecute him, but they couldn't get a case against him.
I'm not exactly surprised by that.
To be fair. Now, are we shocked that people like this exist? No. I love how he's an admirer of Maoism, by the way, and pro. See, he has been funding a lot of nonprofits, 501c3s in the United States, in mainly areas where there's been a lot of protests.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's also married to Co-Peak founder. Oh, also, Jodie Evans has become pro-China after marrying Singham in 2017. Tricontinental, by the way, was investigated in the House hearings as well. There was a House Ways and Means hearing. Now, if you do not know the House of Ways and Means, they were looking into organizations.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've been meaning to read through this hearing. So if you educate yourself, you just look it up. See, the Ways and Means Committee can look into it. So, Basically, they've been using so the Ways and Means Committee. Now, if you're really curious about the hearing, you can look this up yourself, but it's interesting to look into. Now, personally, super PACs. What's wrong with this headline? Sorter.
Which headline?
What do you see off in my timeline?
Oh, the. You mean Dev's tweet?
Apparently, he's talking with spoons.
There was like Dev has been in a lot of WIC debates.
Yes, but not recent, right?
No. He's been like maybe the last one was like a few weeks ago.
Okay.
He's been on a lot of them now. And Destiny has been also on quite a lot.
Well, WIC TV
And
also, yes.
yeah. And he just tweeted something at like Sargon and Notch and V, I think, and said like if anyone wants to debate,
just like he was
Destiny on
like
something.
he looked like he was going to debate. By the way, do you know the joke we have in Arch's community about Dev?
Mm-hmm.
He has his opinion. We call him Devstiny.
I mean, I don't think that's a Notch community thing.
We call him a Devstiny. You get it.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, I think that was started. I'm not sure who started this.
I don't know. I mean,
it was definitely not Archer's community. I have seen this many years.
Well, I'm pretty sure Arch has gotten calling him a communist down.
Oh yeah, but that's how Arch called him always.
But here's the thing: V relatively. The thing is, he did spurn him, but also a really interesting YouTuber too. Basically, Arch's circle is now starting to close. Do you know who Elf Pirate is, right?
I've heard of
that's the VTuber that's an attorney that does family law that hangs around with Legal Mindset.
Oh yeah.
She was on Archcast the other day. But yes, this was the full. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. So. See, this is an actual real thing. Sorry.
Yeah, obviously.
Well, okay, the Roberts Court did the ruling that allowed, I forget the name of that ruling. They thought conservatives were going to use it, but it's turned out to being used by more liberals that foreign money can fund into out of state and everywhere else.
Yeah, I mean, hadn't they used it on Lauren Chen?
No, it was. It may have been, but the court basically was like basically you can have foreign super PACs, like or out of state. By the way, I love Sargon's channel, but this is getting old. 3 videos a day kills me.
Yeah, but maybe just like don't have notifications for it. I mean, they come out every day. You know when it, you know when it's out. So
I don't mind it. I have a love-hate relationship with this channel at this point. A couple of them need to be. I want to. They go a little too far some days. I'm not like James Lindsay and believe in woke right, but
yeah, it's like
they
from Harry, because Harry has gone quite a bit off the deep end.
Look,
Harry Dan is also like quite fucking weird.
Well, what about what do you say about Stelios, your fellow Greek boy?
Stella is generally fine, but he talks very slow.
The problem is a lot of people around Sargon now
have
gone. They're almost throwing out people with tiny hats rule the world. And anyone who gives...
Oh, almost? Harry definitely fucking does.
Harry's getting there.
No, Harry is already there. Harry, because of, I guess, his connection to Scrump, I don't know. But Harry's not much different.
Harry's
from
the one
that
doing
now.
the bodybuilder workout, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like bulking up. I mean, he's a tall boy already, so, you know.
Yes. Also,
I mean, I don't mind Harry. I do like that he generally... He, along with Callum, kind of like brought a little bit of, not comedy, but, you know, it wasn't just all dour doomerism.
That's why I sent you. Like, I don't like Bo.
Oh, yeah, Bo has gone for deep into. You can see it in his eyes. He's like, he looks insane.
I've
But
seen
yeah.
that thing with a morning coffee with Bo, and he's just like reading a tabloid. I'm like, Sargon, this isn't it.
I mean, it's like, if they want to do that kind of thing, yeah. I don't particularly care for it.
Here's the funny thing about the difference in conservatives. I had to have a talk with a Canadian. I asked this Canadian, don't laugh too hard, Sorter. He said he doesn't believe in left or right. He's a humanist.
And he's a conservative?
No, he's liberal in Canada. There are no conservatives in Canada.
Okay. I mean, there are, but there aren't
He's a progressive.
many.
So I asked him, what is a progressive? He couldn't tell me what a classical liberal was.
You know, most people can't, to be fair. But yeah.
Someone has an idea, at least. U.S. still has an idea of a moderate.
I don't think people, if you ask like a modern liberal that's more, I don't want to say normie, but, you know, like maybe not into political history. I don't know they would know like Locke or Rousseau or, you know, Hobbes or whatever. I don't think they would know them.
See, as people can tell, I have a very wholesome YouTube feed. For the most part. Sadly, I have to clean this out once in a blue moon.
And there's Kibbs being a cat girl.
Look, Kibbs streams video games. I get a free membership apparently every month.
yeah. I get
really
this, and I'm
do.
like,
I've actually
what?
talked with Kibbs. They're very. Oh.
I when Dev used to stream more, he would quite oftenly raid Kibbs. And I would just go in there and go in the trap and fucking tranny or whatever. I mean, I didn't say anything.
Look. By the way, is actual Justice Warrior still alive?
Yeah, I think so. Why?
Is he still relevant? I haven't heard anyone reference him in years.
Oh yeah, he still is. He was like on a. He was supposed to be on a debate with Dev at some point, and kind of Sitch and Adam fucked that up. And somehow Dev got the impression that he was just lying to his face. Don't ask. Just don't ask.
So here's the thing, by the way, with Kibbs. Kibbs basically has been playing a lot of retro games.
Which, to be fair, based a lot of retro games were just a lot
As I
better
discussed
than.
earlier, I am getting tired of hearing about the Epstein files. I really am.
I mean, I'm tired because it's not going to lead anywhere. It's all just talk. It's all like, yeah, there are people that are pedophiles, and that's nice. And nothing is going to be done.
See, friends of friends. By the way, Aiden Paladin here, but granted, I mean, she's about not downstream. She's not as far gone as Uzulu. I still like Uzulu. I want Uzulu to have a redemption arc.
Look, I don't think he's going to have one. I think he's like a little bit. Maybe you underestimate how far off how fucked he is.
Well, you got to bear in mind the only one who's going to extend that bridge will be Arch. Arch talked with Spoon. It was a very normal conversation.
Spoon is way more normal. Well, he is way more normal than Uzulu. I've heard of stuff of like from Uzulu's server, and it's not good.
Well, I'm actually in Uzulu's server. I mean Arch's server.
Yeah, I don't mean it. Arch's server, I'm sure is way more normal
Arch's
than
server is
Uzulu's.
interesting too, by the way. So here's the thing. Eventually, we're going to have to get into discussion of movements of people. See, Aiden Paladin is a monarchist. So is JD Bates.
Yeah, they have the mold bug illness.
See, here's my thing. I like Razor Fist, but Razor Fist is his own special form of retardation.
Yes. I kind of like I have liked some of the stuff he used to put out, but I can't take him seriously anymore.
See, there's a discussion to be had about people. What do you see? The Neville Roy Singham thing, when I have more, I'll go over it. Basically, Bill O'Reilly was approached by Trump to get the information. Glenn Beck's do you know what color revolutions are? You kind of have a rough idea of what they are.
Yeah.
They're like when small groups, it's like 20% of the population.
Yeah, it's like
They're
can't fucking.
called color revolutions, but they're usually small, but usually they get identified with colors. But yeah, there's been groups like basically I first learned of color revolutions from him years and years ago when he was on CNN and Fox News. Bear in mind, Glenn Beck walked away from a lucrative contract to do his own studio. By the way.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you know of? They never really sing them, and the funding thing will be interesting to follow. But the Don Lemon stuff, keep track of that. That case is going to be very important. Because since then, you know what's funny? ICE protesters have been getting arrested in cities.
Yep. The ones, I mean, that are, actually doing illegal stuff.
Yes.
Should be.
Some get released, but the problem is ICE can't 100% arrest. Now, what court cases we're waiting to see is they are looking into obstruction for Minnesota's political class. The FBI is investigating them. Because, granted, I don't know. I actually had the argument with the Canadian guy, the other one. Not Multi, it's another one. That basically Walls and the mayor both told the National Guard and the city officials to not work with ICE. ICE is not a crowd control agency.
Yeah.
By the way, someone in Dane's circle called them Border Patrol.
I'm sure they wouldn't know the difference.
Well, to be fair, they are the special ed sections. But then again, they are more progressive, by the way. Look, I'm no Trump supporter by any nature, but TDS needs to be studied. You know the one thing I've learned about Canadian politics from, you notice how the Canadian liberals are like our liberals in the United States, but baby versions of them?
What do you mean by baby versions?
They're not as extreme progressive. They're progressive, but they're not as extreme progressive as Elon Omar's.
Yeah, because those types are in the NDP. They have a party for that kind of stuff. So those people are not in the Liberal Party, at least.
By the way, yes, the thing is, Dev does say he would like the state boot. Okay, so let's get on to the final topic. And if you could pick this up maybe tomorrow or so, or later, I would go into
tomorrow, probably not, but maybe Friday.
Friday. I want to get into the two parts of we can begin discussing the Davos developments.
Uh-huh.
What did you make of Davos?
I didn't see too much of it. I only saw, let's say, essentially bullet points.
So,
old clips.
By the way, no one thought Carney got his ass handed to him. By the way, what is a rules-based order, by the way, to you?
Well, what he means is essentially what Dev calls a liberal democracy, by the book, everything done legally, etc., etc., and not like acting via threats or whatever you want to call it, whatever they call Trump, what Trump is doing.
Now, did you notice at Davos, even the Davos officials thought globalism was on the decline?
Yeah, that is what they are signaling. And that's like Trump talking about a new world order.
Smarter to invest in and build proud to call him a friend. Please join me in welcoming Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney.
So, Carney, here's a funny thing. I've had this discussion. I can't explain this to Multi. You've kind of caught some of the stream, sort, or even Lucifer the Doberman stops by once in a while. Yes. Interesting.
He usually streams kind of late for me. I think.
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't get the crash course. He's fairer than dealing with Dev. I've had arguments with Dev and Arch's chat, and he gets very indignified.
I mean, that's there for you. The thing is, like, Multi kind of understands what is going on.
He's learning, but I can't
he's learning.
I can't explain the minutia to him. It's hard. He doesn't have the patience. He sometimes listens to me a little more now. A little. Like if we ever had to explain Gramsci to people.
Yeah, that's difficult. I've had to explain Gramsci to, like, I think my sister at one point. And
How did that go? Did it blow over her head temporarily?
No, she understood stuff. It's just she didn't remember anything next time I brought up Gramsci. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I was talking about for like an hour straight just for you to forget that stuff. Nice.
I remember the conversation Arch was on with Stuttering Craig. I'm going to have to give you the long story short of who Alexander Gramsci was. So, long story short, Alexander Gramsci was a political person, advisor under Mussolini. He
was a member of the communist, the socialist party of Italy. The same party that Mussolini was in.
But here's the thing. He was later in prison. Now, he did write a book. He said, basically, you can't blunt change the culture.
Yeah, you can't force a revolution. It's better to essentially infiltrate every sector and every facet of society and every institution.
Yes.
And use that to essentially just make Marxism or Marxist revolution more palatable to the people.
And you're also nudging culture over time.
Yeah.
So when we get to very few people now know what I call progressives.
Say that again.
They don't know what I mean by progressives.
Oh yeah. I mean, progressive has like multiple terms, I guess, because it used to be something.
Progressives don't care from which ideology you hail. It uses you. People forget Woodrow Wilson was one of the most racist progressive people ever.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's a whole culture, especially with okay. When I think of okay, what's the liberal world order to you, Sorter?
I mean, it depends on like how you identify it, but
It's the liberal world order.
Essentially the order of collaboration between liberal or Western liberal democracies, etc.
So, liberal world order is this weird system post World War II we set up. It's kept cogs moving.
Yes, what the and it's generally based on what some people, like Harry from the Lotus Eaters, would call the boomer truth.
Now, is it breaking down a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, you can generally see that.
This is what implies, because you got to remember, Carney's idea is a liberal world order.
Thank you very much, Larry. I'm going to start in French, and then I'll switch.
By the way, I asked this other Canadian, can you tell me one good trade deal Carney has gotten for Canada? He can't tell me.
I mean, it depends if working with the Chinese benefits them.
And almost bowing to the Indians, where you gotta take in a bunch of brown people.
That's kind of the problem Canada has right now. It's not so much just immigration. It's that it's going to be either colonized by the Chinese or the Indians.
Yes.
It's essentially just a war between the Indians and the Chinese. The Canadians have little to no choice, it seems.
Yes. So, with the preference of liberal world order, you have to remember he's talking about a new. There's a book for it. Now, Lotus Eaters have their own idea of this, but I also have mine because I understand what he means to work. But when I talk about the death of globalism, Davos actually moved away from globalism. They're actually going for nationalism. How long ago did I bring up governments that were nationalists were globalists were going to go nationalist?
That was
like a long time ago, I said governments have been doing this. U.S. has always been doing this. We are. Europe wants to do it because you guys are investing in your military budgets.
Okay, look, because Germany is saying that they're going to invest money, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will.
I'm sorry.
Germany has done this many times and for many years.
Well, they think 50,000 shells in a year are good, or a month or so. No, you need more shells than that.
And you need more people, and you need more equipment. You need more in general.
There was a joke, by the way. There's actually a joke. They said we're going to make like 10 or 15,000 shells in a month.
Yeah.
Why is that a joke?
Because that wouldn't last a month.
That would last a firefight sometimes.
That would last maybe
3 days. Maybe.
Yeah, and maybe less. I think the Russians are consuming way more than that per day.
Yeah, look at Ukraine. They still have that.
And if we are talking about a war against, let's say, Russia.
Oh, actually, what's funny, I saw a story I pulled.
That would be a lot more.
I don't know if it's credible. Apparently, Norway is afraid of being invaded by the Russians right now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's right now, but they have been. Obviously, they almost share a border. Well, wait, they do. They do share a border with them.
So you
And
have
it's like,
yeah. So you have to
yeah,
realize the idea of a globalist society is going to nationalism. Now, Europe, you're more European, so you get to see this firsthand. Like they just recently, by the way, the UK has a court decision to declare Steam a monopoly.
yeah.
By
I
the
don't think
way,
that's gonna fucking
see,
work, but yeah.
I do appreciate the UK, but as long as Gabe Newell lives and breathes, Steam will stay good. Don't give power
Yeah.
to his son.
Gabe is like the only fucking person in the games industry that actually doesn't want to fuck people over.
Actually, there's a whole discussion on if we could keep Gabe alive. Gabe would. Because that man
Freeze him.
died. When that man dies, Steam. Have you seen the state of the Steam forums?
Yeah.
Supposedly. The thing is, there's rational, but that's an off topic. But so liberal world order. Keep the concept what it is and listen to what Carney talks about, because this is also from Trump's speech.
Back to English. Merci, Larry.
Thank you, Larry. It is both a pleasure and a duty to be with you tonight in this pivotal moment that Canada
By the way,
and the
no
world
one
are going
thought he
through.
got made fun of after this.
Today I will talk about a rupture in the world order, the end of a pleasant fiction and the beginning of a harsh
Let me know if you have any
reality,
issues with this.
where geopolitics, where the
People don't think Carney got laughed out of the room
geopolitics
when he
is
said
submitted
this.
to no
He didn't get laughed
limits, no
at,
constraints.
but Davos made fun of
On the
him.
other hand, I would like to tell you that the other countries, especially intermediate powers like Canada, are not powerless. They have the capacity to build a new order
Okay.
that encompasses our values.
Can you give it a pause?
I got told.
Canada is not powerless. They just have a military of like a small European nation.
They have excellent special forces.
Yeah, and the military is still like nothing.
So here's the thing about Canada. Canada under Trudeau, he was the first prime minister in 10 years to go to China.
Yeah, and not only.
And the only reason he doesn't have a deal 100% with the U.S. is because the man can't drop his ego.
Trudeau or Carney?
Carney.
Oh. It actually depends.
He also can't bring anything to the table. Because love or hate Trump, Trump is a businessman with tariff. The tariffs, by the way, no one knows what tariffs are. Oh, by the way,
no one knows.
fun fact, I brought this up on multi-stream the other day. They were happy to build 200,000 homes in a year. They called that successful. Do you know how many homes we built in a year? Like 900,000.
Yeah, I mean, you're not exactly comparable in size.
But it keeps immigration.
Yeah, granted, you both have high immigration. U.S. because, well, it had.
But here's the funny thing when it comes to ICE, and there's also self-deportations. They don't talk about the self-deportations.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's there. You can even document them that easily, honestly.
No. Self-deportations, long story short, are the people who deport themselves. They'll just come back later on.
No, maybe they won't.
Or won't.
Such as respect for human rights, sustainable development, solidarity, sovereignty, and
See,
territorial
Multi doesn't
integrity
like going
of the
through whole
various
speeches.
states. The power of the less power starts with honesty.
It seems that every day we're reminded that we live in an era of great power rivalry, that the rules-based order is fading, that the strong can do what they can and the weak must suffer what they must. And this aphorism of Thucydides is presented as inevitable, as the natural logic of international relations.
See, I think Davos would have entertained him
and faced with
5 or 6 years ago.
There is a strong tendency
But
unless
to go along to get along.
If it weren't for the failure of DEI and other progressive policies, that's what's causing Davos to wake up.
I don't think that is it. I think it's generally the
moving.
Let me find the right words. It's more that because of progressive, let's say, extreme, not theories, but like stuff like intersectionalism, progressivism going amok in most Western countries. A lot of the West has gone in the opposite direction of that.
So what's
politically
funny, if I ever agree with one thing Putin said, he said with the ones, why do you let gay people and stuff dominate your society? Which he basically looks at the West. And right now I've been doing the tapping on glass of Starfleet Academy. Great show, by the way.
yeah, I can see that.
By the way, how many franchises have I watched burn?
To be honest, like Star Trek had already gone down the shitter with at least Picard.
Modern track. Okay, that was because of Sir Patrick Stewart. But let's be honest, Starfleet Academy is a jam in retardation. Did you know there is gay Klingons?
Yeah, I've seen that. And the Klingons are black now.
I'm sorry. Jaden's mother and father left him on the planet because they both needed to go get cigarettes and cart the milk somewhere. Oh, that's also right, by the way. Klingons are a dying race because of the burn.
Yeah.
Can we just literally forget Star Trek Discovery ever existed? Please. No, apparently that's why I watched people review Starfleet Academy. Unlike Fallout, which people sometimes say is bad, Fallout actually has a good plot and reasons.
I'm not going to comment on that because I think we disagree on that. I'm just going to leave it there.
Really? I'm sorry they shit on Robert House in season 2.
It's not that. It's just like if you're going to, make a show about something that has established law, my general take is follow that law. It's not hard.
So
yet they do.
Have you seen season 2?
I've seen parts of it. Not, all of it. I'm not going to watch it.
Fun fact, they actually do. They're setting up a lot for season 3 is they're setting up for the Battle of Hoover Dam 3.0 because the NCR troopers arrive as well as Legion arrive on the strip. As well as the Enclave has announced its presence officially that we has known has been in the start of the series ever since.
I'm gonna say one thing. I kind of hate how a lot of not so much just modern shows, but modern even writing. You can kind of see that with like Black Library books. It's all just like, oh, it's all building up so everyone, absolutely everyone, can be in a battle. You don't need that. Just have normal wars. Just
okay.
You didn't need to put the Brotherhood of fucking Steel.
Oh, it gets Loves. I haven't done my review for episodes 7 and 8 yet. So basically, this is 2296. Basically, the Legion realizes they finally get the body that Caesar's Legion. He said the Legion dies with him,
which is fucking stupid. But yeah.
Well, actually, if you look at the lore of the games, he was content to let the Legion die. If you played New Vegas.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't, but yeah, okay.
But the funny thing is, House even said they wouldn't survive without Caesar. I mean, you might have a Nerlanius, but it's also implied. You don't really see. But they have said the NCR was there because NCR troopers come in at the end. But bear in mind, if you ever want to get into that show, and I wouldn't hate you, you can have an opinion over it. Other people have opinions over it.
Yeah, I'm fine with people having opinions. It's just like, I just wouldn't personally watch it.
Well, I like the show. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, that's fine. We can disagree on that.
I'm sorry, you're in a minority. It's okay. But then again, there's a problem with that show. Just because I haven't reviewed 7 or 8 doesn't mean I haven't seen it. Because episode 8 is a book. And it happened when I was doing games. So, back to this. Sorry. Liberal world order.
To accommodate. To avoid trouble. To hope that
give me a pause, by the way. I will probably have to go in like half an hour.
No, you're
something like that.
No, but I'm not going to keep it to it. So his whole thing is...
No, just because I saw the time right now, I was like, oh, shit. Okay.
In 1978, the Czech dissident Václav Havel, later president, wrote an essay called The Power of the Powerless. And in it, he asked a simple question: how did the communist system sustain itself? And his answer began with a greengrocer. Every morning, this shopkeeper places a sign in his window: "Workers of the world unite." He doesn't believe it. No one does. But he places the sign anyway to avoid trouble, to signal compliance, to get along. And because every shopkeeper on every street does the same, the system persists. Not through violence alone, but through the participation of ordinary people in rituals they privately know to be false. Havel called this living within a lie. The system's power comes not from its truth, but from everyone's willingness to perform as if it were true. And its fragility comes from the same source. When even one person stops performing, when the greengrocer removes his sign, the illusion begins to crack. Friends, it is time
missed this.
For companies and countries to take their signs down. 4 decades.
What did he say? For decades?
Canada prospered under what we called the rules-based international.
So he's talking about communism is maintained when the greengrocer maintains the order in like its status quo.
Yeah. He's talking about like someone who is explicitly told, to do something because they need to do something, not because he believes or understands it. Yeah, and that's how it worked. It didn't really. It only worked with like intimidation.
Well, I mean, look, right up until Stalin's death, he was still signing daily blacklist arrest reports. Fuck.
Yeah, and after Stalin, it stopped working because it only worked for Stalin, or for the period he
Well,
was
actually,
like.
Stalin reversed Marxism.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
actually not honest truth.
He had his own version, let's say. He
Well,
was more of a political realist than a idealist like Lenin or most other general secretaries of the
I
Soviet
mean,
Union.
Trotsky would have been a monster too.
Yeah, but Trotsky was more of an ideologue. Stalin was like 100% like a realist, political realist. He did exactly what he assumed he needed to do, and he did it very ruthlessly. Which meant that, the Soviet Union kind of worked during his tenure.
It works. Really interesting. Because there's a big thing right now about the debt, like a rise of Japan. The Iron Lady over there is doing pretty well. She just got a supermajority, I think, this week or last week.
Yeah, because a lot of, I think a lot of the left has quit.
And
I remember that. I think the leader of the.
That's going to be a really funny thing now with Japan. I'm going to keep my eye on that. No one's really talking about it. They also have one of the highest debts. Bear in mind, I actually got told by Canada their debt to GDP ratio is healthy.
I mean, no country's debt to GDP ratio is healthy. But the thing is, people look at America, see their debt to GDP ratio, and like think, oh, that's fine. I can do that. I can have a huge debt. The thing they don't understand is that only America can do this because of the system that it set up after Second World War.
Well, the thing is, you can say you can knock us off as a fiat currency, but you really can't do it.
It can happen, but it wouldn't be like a thing that other people did. It would just, with eventual collapse, as with anything, it could happen, but it would take a fuck ton of time, generally.
But there's also, because that's actually why if Friday you're able to, I want to get into the Munich conference.
Order. We joined its institutions, we praised its principles, we benefited from its predictability. And because of that, we
also had mutually assured
under its protection. We knew
but little mini wars
order
every fucking year or every couple of years.
What?
He's talking about people grew from it. What if I told you about 15 years ago, Canada, they were making more and they had a comfortable rate of living?
Oh yeah, Canada was generally in a pretty good place.
Now they aren't.
Yeah, that's kind of what happens when you have like so many years of bad governance. And not just like at a, the prime minister, but at a local level too.
Was partially false. That the strongest would exempt themselves when convenient.
Because look, you're going to have to kowtow to a greater power, even if you're a middle power.
And we knew that international law applied with varying rigor depending on the identity of the accused or the victim. This fiction was useful. And American hegemony in particular helped provide public goods, open sea lanes, a stable financial system, collective security, and support for frameworks for resolving disputes. So we placed the sign in the window. We participated in the rituals. And we largely avoided calling out the gaps between rhetoric and reality. This bargain no longer works. Let me be direct.
Because
we are in the
Carney
midst
says
of a
so.
rupture, not a transition. Over the past 2 decades, a series of crises in finance, health, energy, and geopolitics have laid bare the risks of extreme global integration. But more recently, great powers have begun using economic.
So, do you know what we call this? So, way back when Obama basically, he could have changed the party of Iran if he backed the Green Party to overthrow the mullahs back then. He couldn't. He didn't want to. Do you know what the other thing happened under Obama that scarred and led to a lot of Muslim migrants leaving the Middle East? Syria. The Syrian Civil War.
Yeah.
That was a cascade domino effect. Then you had the Muslim Brotherhood thing, where you start to have it. Now, do you have Muslims trying to correct themselves? Sure. They don't, really, but they try.
Yeah.
I mean, they do disavow jihadists. Did you actually see UAE said they're no longer going to fund students or most students in Europe because a lot are becoming radicalized?
That's kind of the thing. The Muslims that go to the West generally become a lot more radical than the ones in like Saudi Arabia or the UAE or whatever.
See, like the Saudis actually consider the Pakistanis very extreme.
And yeah.
Like everyone thinks we're just gonna to deal with Iran right now. We're gonna have a mutual deal between everybody. Trump can't just go bomb Iran right now. We're very intense conference calls with a lot of people with Iran, because Iran, we didn't back anybody yet, but we're trying to get the mullahs out. But yeah, we'll see.
And there's definitely, let's say, propaganda for,
and I mean,
what's his name?
I mean, no offense, the prince's son, which doesn't even have a fucking heir.
Yeah.
He has no heir. He's been living in the United States or Europe for so long. I don't even think he has a child. We're not going to install him as a leader.
Yeah, that's not going to work.
It's not that we say Tehran is ugly. The problem itself is if we do attack Iran, we're going to have a coalition. Technically, the Saudis don't like them. But the question, do they want to deal with it? Because a lot of what Carney talks about is people maintain the order. The reason why why did World War I mainly happen?
I mean, there's a bunch of fucking reasons, but
what was the main reason? Well, we know a couple.
Well,
what if I said it was dying empires from the Gilded Age trying to seize power or shuffle around the chess pieces in the modern era? They're declining powers.
It was definitely that with like Germany and the Ottoman Empire.
Ottomans were in decline. They've been an empire for like 400 years, with 500.
At the 900s, it would have been like
Well, whenever they took over
six.
No, whenever they took over Constantinople, or was it the Byzantines?
They took over Constantinople in 1453, but they existed in the 1300s.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah, the Byzantines when they got wiped out, or the Holy Roman Empire, the idea. But you had that basically. That what I've said is someone's gonna light a match. It's like Asia. Like actually, Japan wants to build a military now.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But what Carney's talking about is he chose to pull himself out. But he that can't work with India. He's getting pushback from his party working with India. Even Democrats in the United States know China's a threat.
Some of them, yes. At least they know it when...
I can't speak for the far left ones.
Like the only completely reasonable person in the Democrats, I would say, is oh God, what's his name? The brain one guy from Pennsylvania.
I know who you're talking about. He's the woman that had brain. So the funny thing about like what Trump's speech was really good as well.
Not brain one, where he had like a stroke. Not
he had
brain one. Yeah.
Fetterman.
Fetterman. He's like the only reasonable one. He's the only Democrat I think that voted for the ID, for voter ID. And it's like, wow, okay. Literally the only one that can put logic over party lines.
Economic integration as weapons. Tariffs as leverage. Financial
people forget tariffs were a way of society in the 1800s. Trade deficits. How do you think China's accrued so much wealth?
Integration when
not
integration becomes the source of your subordination.
Theft.
The multilateral institutions on which the middle powers have relied, the WTO, the UN, the COP.
But see, the G7 doesn't exist
of collective
it's a G6.
Problem solving.
It's not even a G8 anymore.
And as a result, many countries are drawing the same conclusions, that they must develop greater strategic autonomy in energy, food, critical minerals.
See, that's nationalism, isn't it, sort of?
And this impulse is understandable.
Essentially, yes.
A country that can't
but
feed
he
itself,
still wants
fuel itself,
globalism.
or defend itself has few options. When the rules no longer protect you, you must protect yourself.
Well, if he doesn't like go to China for help, that will mean that Canada will have to invest in its own country, and that's bad.
By the way, I got told they were investing in their own ship.
Pursuit of their power and
I didn't hear you now. You need to pause it.
Will become.
I got told by the other Canadian that they're using the resources to invest in themselves now.
Yeah, how's the military looking? Can it defend itself against anything?
Apparently, I got told as well that the separatist movement in the provinces that want to break away are nothing.
That is kind of true.
That is true, but it's still a sentiment.
Like the only one that kind of would have any that could go anywhere is Quebec, and it's not going to now.
Well, you have like the funny part about it is green policy. He's still all over EVs.
Yeah.
Like as of we're doing this, he is still talking about making an EV deal with China. Basically, my friend in Germany that was on earlier, they were trying to dump EV cars in Europe. Their own EV car industry is falling apart.
Yeah, the thing is, EVs are not the solution that politicians would think they are for a green future, whatever you want to call it.
By the way, even Musk got told to go fuck himself by Trump over that.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Musk owns an EV company. It's not like it's Ford
He just bought a
or
space
whatever.
program as well.
Yeah, I know, but his interest in that is he makes money out of it. The more EVs people buy, the better for him. He has a financial incentive.
Yes.
Whereas, let's say Ford or Chevrolet or Toyota, all these companies
the other thing: who can
don't.
afford EVs? Then who
Well, the
has
thing
a
is,
power grid for it?
That's the second question is way more of a thing because no power grid in the world can sustain every car being an EV. The only way you could do that is if the people that couldn't buy them just became, just remained without a car.
So the idea, I remember Dev talking about a 3-mile city.
I mean, it's 15 minutes, but yeah.
15-minute city, sorry. Yeah.
The thing is, the 15-minute city, if your idea is to make a city just that has, within those 15 minutes, you can do most of everything, that's not necessarily a bad idea. Trying to control people's movements throughout the city and outside of it is, though.
What would you call Canada right now under Carney? Good or bad?
I would say that it's middling. It hasn't changed in any direction. Mostly because it was already not good.
It was already. I mean, forget Dev voted for Trudeau 3 times or 2 times.
It was the first time.
Really? I don't buy that. I mean, he likes the state boot too much.
No, he didn't like Trudeau after the first time. After the first time, he was more pro-Trump. Not pro-Trump.
And that's a common thing in Canada. Canada has been under a liberal system or progressive system for 50
The thing is,
years.
Dev used to be a lot more, let's say, not thoughtful of stuff, but he had said that he didn't like anyone in Canadian politics at some point.
But he cares about American politics.
I'm not saying now. This was back when Trump had first gotten elected, and
pre-TDS.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. It's not exactly TDS. It's more of a.
I'm also
whitoid derangement syndrome.
Sorter. Do you also remember the time when Sargon and Dev when Arch and Sargon went against Obama or that movement? Dev decided to do his all-gay little group of hardcore leftoids to balance out Arch and Sargon.
Which one do you mean?
You probably don't remember it. It's a long, long time ago, with about 2010, 2013.
2013?
Yeah, it was before Gamergate. Obama had got elected, so that's when he started getting a lot of bisexual and trans people around him. He had Fringy there, a bunch of others. But then it was because he wanted to do that.
Dev?
Yeah.
He didn't know Fring at that point.
It wasn't Fringy, but it was a couple of people. It's somebody.
The first bisexual or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Dev at that point, before let's say before Gamergate, Dev was generally he called himself quite left-wing.
Yes, we all knew he was, but we tolerated him.
And that's not like a... Now, I'm not saying that of feels. I know it. I'm one of the few people that actually knows his opinions of the time, because I have seen him.
Technically, I'm kind of glad my dry bread disappeared from Arch's channel. But
has he?
He hasn't been on.
It's kind of weird. I know they're still on good terms, from what my dry bread's saying.
Well, my dry bread also likes to hug Dev very hard. And
I will say one thing. I have seen my dry bread actually go against Dev when Dev is being very rational. He also defends him a lot, which I will give you.
He defends him all, like during Barrow trauma. He was one of the chief defenders.
But he also has said, which I'm not going to say what stuff because, technically private. But he has told Dev off when he's being extra stupid. Well, not extra stupid, when he's being...
Most people have. Basically, what do you think the Arch's response was when he made a comment about Renee Good or one of the others? Someone said, "Have you heard Dev's take on Renee Good?" And Arch was like, "Just downvote it." And because we already know what he's going to say before he says it.
I mean, I wouldn't say downvote it. I'd say don't watch it.
That's the thing is, literally, Dev, that's what literally Art said. He goes, "We don't care," and all of us were like, "Oh, so Dev's gonna basically say Ice was bad, and that's what happens." And Renee Good was good.
Dev's opinions of stuff are generally predictable now because of his rightoid. I would say generally it's more rightoid derangement syndrome.
Rightoids.
More than just Trump.
Rightoids.
Because it's not specifically Trump, and it didn't start from Trump.
What? You didn't think it's... No. I cannot pinpoint it exactly when it started.
It started with Scrump.
Okay, Scrump may have been it, but when you talk about...
It was like his first... his big fucking
but Scrump is
fight,
not,
I guess, with like someone from the right.
Scrump is not conservative.
Yeah, he's not, but he did consider himself right wing at the time.
But he's also one of the few people, I guess. Oh God, I will say something. I don't know if it's legal on YouTube. Scrump actually got with Lilith.
Yeah.
And also, Scrump was balancing out 2 trans girlfriends at one time.
And he now also has a trans girlfriend / co-host or whatever the fuck.
So, yeah, the rabbit hole of our side of the internet goes deep.
Yeah, and deep into a
I do remember the decree. Now, I'm not saying I'm anti-Dev. My problem is Dev thinks people hate him. We hate him when he makes dumb statements. He would go to other people's chat.
What I would generally recommend for anyone that actually dislikes what Dev is doing right now is to actually ignore him and pretend that he doesn't exist.
That's what we do.
Anything that is reacting to him, even in Arch's chat, even wherever, is only making him, is only in his head, proving that he's right.
So here's the funny thing. He thinks people like who there is a good portion of the Archcast audience that are newer. Their Arch's new audience that are very chuddy. Like Turret Green, like I have Noah R. Blood. And I know Noah R is always. I know who. You know who I'm talking about, don't you, Sorter?
I've seen the name.
So there are people who, like, Madry Bread has me blocked because we were like, stop defending Dev's bad takes.
You know, the weirdest thing is, my dry bread is not that bad. Because he's not as irrational as Dev is.
He hasn't said. And it's something when I heard it, it's true. But
yeah,
it's not my place to say. Look, that man's not straight.
I mean, he had a trans girlfriend or whatever. Something like that.
He still does, I bet.
No, I think they broke up. He's with some other chick now. Yeah, he is bi.
He's bi. I could tell the whole way. But anyway, the thing with like Dev is Dev's a symptom. It's like Destiny. Destiny's not far left enough. Like I don't even think Hassan is left enough now. When's the last time Vosh mattered? Like that's what's funny. I don't hear Vosh in the liberal zeitgeist anymore. I think I hear Cohen more than I hear him now. The Minority Report. Somehow Sam Cedars gained more fame, even though Sam Cedars a retard.
Well, the thing is, BreadTube has kind of eaten itself over the years, and how
Vosh has survived.
He has survived, but is he as relevant as he was? Not really.
Well,
Hassan kind of is, but also people think he's fucking stupid because, you know, he is.
Okay. Hassan, fun fact, by the way, I guess if we ever get into this, I'll have to put it together. You remember when he went to the DNC and they kicked him out from his table? He couldn't even get into the upper party for Mamdani?
Yeah.
That's actually a fun fact, by the way. He actually lost his table at the DNC.
Oh, by the way, I do have to go now.
By the way, let me know Friday because I want to get into the Davos thing and I want to get
I will. I'm not sure when I will know for sure, but it will be at least like a few hours before. So I will message you.
Because the thing is, we touched a little bit on what went on at Davos, because there was also the Munich conference.
Yeah, we can go through both of them next time.
Yes, but it's all good. Yes, sort of. It's I like these once in a while. The idea is that it's not like we do from it that extreme positions, because the Davos thing is it's not like I don't trust these people. They're still bad people.
Yeah.
They're still the International Monetary Fund. But I either have I probably am just gonna rest up and just probably do a gaming stream whenever. But yes,
I'll catch it if I'm awake.
Friday. Dune is, I don't know. Dude, I'm going to have to go in there and sit. Look, it's either going to have to be AFK in the background because...
Honestly, I kind of enjoy those games, like the repetitive farming stuff or doing whatever.
It's just kind of the desert sucks because my friend got eaten the other day, but he did a stupid thing, and he got mad. I told him there was a reason. You can go check my stream the other day. The reason why I was eating little bits of the large pool. Do you know why I told you I was doing that? Because my
Yeah.
friend was going back, forth, and he got fucking eaten. I
Is there
said,
no way to like let's say bait the sandworms or whatever
there's
it was like
Thumper.
thumper? Yeah.
There's
If
like a
you
Thumper
if
that
you could use something to bait them away while you were farming, or something to maybe like I don't know if there's like any item in the game that
you shouldn't
essentially makes
be,
them
but
not
I'll be very
spawn.
honest. You shouldn't be farming the large ones by yourself. Because the big thing is when you see me spice with him, we I can go and he can lift me up. That's how you see.
Yeah.
I got lucky the one day, I don't know if you saw it. I got out of it like at the top of the hill or out of the area. And I was surprised my sandcrawler survived. I'm like, oh. No, that game is a very much a. I got one building left to build, and I was getting the titanium for it earlier. I had to go take the shipping crate, like I was mentioning the other day, and I took the crate and I dumped it into DD, and then I took my one out there, but I ran out of batteries. I didn't realize it was that bad, and luckily a storm didn't. Actually, what was funny because I may have to go. Like, what's funny, I didn't realize it. When I lost power and I was just gliding along, I had lost my rover in the middle of the goddamn desert, 2,000 meters back. I crash landed my thing onto rocks, and then I had to go back to Haga Basin, get batteries, rush back. Actually, before I did that, I moved my rover off the sand. Just somehow didn't trigger the sandworm to an island. But luckily, I have vehicle speed. So you gotta understand that game is sometimes very much the case. Like I do it, but we're doing land. So. I also got to get to finish Noya, but I'm going to be starting. I'm probably going to get really bad eyes though, Slaughter, because I'm going to start Pragmata.
Oh, okay.
You know that game with the little
Yeah,
android.
yeah.
Actually, she's just going to be your helper, but it's bad enough I play Genshin and other games. Actually, I'm very curious about. I will say
It's
this.
the
I'm very curious about. There's a section in HSR story because HSR is getting crossover with. When I say all Hoyo verses or bubble verses, there's something that the in the lore apparently Vita has made her way to the HSR universe. And
okay.
if you don't know who she is, she basically was only kept. She was basically a clone of Saw, or Sai, basically you say SA.
I don't know.
Basically was trying to influence the Bubbleverse. Now, she was only kept in check in the Honkai universe because of Kiana being the Haresher of finality. She jokingly has a finger gun that could wipe out a planet.
Oh,
If
it's
not,
like Vegeta.
she basically has a lot of power and she is just running around HSR. So it's really weird. Like I have my own, but Dune takes up a lot of time because but last week was all crafting, and it looks like this week's gonna be that. But I need to knock out
Mm.
Lakers Rod, which is like 3 a day. But anyways, I have that sorter, and let me know on Friday because I want to get into the
I
Davos
will.
and the Munich conference stuff. If we
I
do it,
will. If the stream is like at 12, I should definitely know if I will be able to stream at like 9.
because I want to get into the Davos. It's hard to get into the Trump one. I'll have to summarize the Trump one because the Trump one was like 45 minutes to an hour.
I mean, yeah, Trump does like talking.
But no, the Carney one is
Yeah.
interesting.
Anyway, I will go.
You take
We'll talk later, man. Bye bye.
But I will end it here. I'm going to rest a little bit. I got to go. I probably need to go make food. And then I'll be back in probably 2.5 hours. Dune's my current pet project. It's taken over everything because it fills in the niche for Fallout 76. So, but then again, Fallout 76 is mainly a dailies game for me. I just tapered off. This is the second season in a row I've tapered off. Anyways, till then, I'll probably stream Dune, but I need to get food. And hopefully, a Friday I can get into the Davos thing. Because the Davos thing is more interesting from the point of view. I'll try to remember to link below the Don Lemon stuff. Because you can find the Don Lemon video on his Twitch. It's a 6-hour stream, but I have it. But again, cutting it down, it's just something I haven't done. But I don't clip horribly. So, till then, I will catch people in 2.5 hours. At least 2 hours. Give or take. I need to eat something. Maybe take a cat nap. If I don't do it. But I also need to make sure. Because if I do anything, I'll be sitting in my base making sure I have to get water. So, the way Dune goes, I blew through 1 million water. So, anyways, till then, I gotta get food. I will catch people later. I know this is an awkward stream because I try to used to do these more. Mainly gaming. I need to finish up Neo 3. I am technically past the point where I was last time. I don't know how long I got left because I beat the general guy, but apparently he doesn't die. So, who knows? I'm just babying the story. Again, Dune happened, and I can't be doing 2 things at once in there. So, I will catch people then. Till later. See you then.